the faces, and moments.
And he's going for it. It's a touchdown!
We've seen the confetti fall again and again. But we're not done. It's time for the next generation to make their mark and go from 14 deep to 16 strong. It's a whole new ball game in the SEC, and it just means more.
CB&S Bank has a long history of stability and a legacy of serving our community's needs for generations. You could say we know a thing or two about tradition. We've been family, community, and financially strong since we began in 1906. Being a team player is part of our culture. That's why at CB&S Bank, we are proud supporters and huge fans of Auburn basketball. Whoa, Regal, hey! Visit cbsbank.com today. Member FDIC and equal housing lender.
Two-hand slam. Step back, three ball, Pettiford. Yes! Tap up by Brown. It's good! Auburn won it! Take it away, Chad Baker-Mazzara on a breakaway. To the hole. Good! In the corner, Miles for the lead. Got it! Bang, bang. Cheney, turn, shoots. Got it! Feed the beast right there. Lobs it to Dillon. Oh, reverse! Right wing, free ball, Denver. Good! Denver rises up for a three. It banked it in! Chad Baker. He'll pop a three. Yes! Thrown to the hole. Left hand hit. Down goes Houston. The Tigers come to paradise and win the Maui Invitational. 3-2-1. Auburn prevails. Auburn wins the Southeastern Conference Championship.
This is Auburn basketball in the NCAA tournament. And these are the Yellowwood starting lineups for the #1 seed Tigers.
At the top, Denver, 7 to shoot. Denver drives down the lane, goes up, he scores!
Boy, he has been really good today, Andy. Denver Jones has carried the Auburn Tigers.
Denver Jones, Newmarket, Alabama, Memphis Day Academy.
Now Miles Kelly pops out. Logo three, Miles, good!
Oh, he's feeling it now. That was outstanding. He's back-to-back baskets.
Miles Kelly, Stone Mountain, Georgia, Parkview High School, Hargrave Military Academy.
CBM, right wing three ball, good!
Big splash by CBM right there. That was a big lift for the Tigers in that possession.
Chad Baker-Mazzara, Santo Domingo, Dominican Republic, Colonia High School.
Low post for Broom. Janai in the lane. Off the glass, he got it with 11 seconds to go. Broom, Mr. Clutch, knocks it home.
Janai Broom, Plant City, Florida, Tampa Catholic High School.
Miles Kelly drives, leads for Cardwell, double hand slam.
Spoon feeds Dylan Cardwell, and point blank, he knows what to do with it.
Dylan Cardwell, Augusta, Georgia, McEachern High School.
Lineups are presented by Great Southern Wood, makers of Yellowwood pressure-treated pine. If it doesn't have that yellow tag, you don't want it. Now, back to Lexington for the opening tip. Alongside Randall Dickey, here's the voice of the Tigers, Andy Burcham.
Auburn is 29-5 on this season, went 15-3 to win the Southeastern Conference Championship. Number 4 in the AP poll, number 4 in the coaches poll, number 2 in the NCAA net, and 4th in the Ken Pom rating. Bruce Pearl in his 11th season at Auburn, his school record 229 wins, 124 losses. In his 30th season as a head coach, a record of 691 and 269. Creighton 25-10 this season, went 15-5 in the Big East. Receiving votes in both the AP and the coaches polls. 38 in the NCAA net, 34 in the Ken Pom rating. Greg McDermott, a graduate of Northern Iowa, in his 15th season in Omaha, a record of 350 and 170. 31st season as a head coach, a record of 630 and 365. Stephen Ashworth runs the show, a 6-foot senior from Alpine, Utah. 16 points, 4 rebounds, nearly 7 assists a game. On one wing, Jemiah Neal, 6'5" senior from Toledo, Ohio, transferred from Arizona State. 11.5 points, 6 rebounds, 4.4 assists, a career-high 29 points Thursday in the win over Louisville. Jason Green, a 6'8 sophomore from Omaha, Nebraska, 4.8 points, 3 rebounds a game. Jackson McAndrew, a 6'10 freshman from Wayzata, Minnesota, the Minnesota Mr. Basketball last year, 7.6 points, 4.5 rebounds. His 62 threes are the most by a freshman in Creighton history. And Ryan Kalkbrenner, a 7'1 senior from Florissant, Missouri, 3-time All-Big East performer, 19.4 points, 8.8 rebounds, 2.7 blocks. The officials today: Doug Sermons, Brent Hampton, and Steven Anderson, and the alternate is Owen Short. As the number 1 overall national seed, Auburn in the home white uniforms, tops and bottoms, blue numerals and lettering, the AUs along the side of the trunks with the orange trim. Creighton, the away blue tops and bottoms, blue numerals, lettering, and gray trim here today. The winner moves on to play either Texas A&M or Michigan in the Sweet 16 on Friday in Atlanta, and we're about ready.
Well, it's a big milestone. You have an opportunity to be a top 16 program.
Dylan Cardwell will jump it up against Ryan Kalkbrenner. Tap is controlled by Auburn. We're underway. Auburn will go to the basket to our right. Denver Jones walks it across midcourt, gets a screen from Cardwell, passes to Dylan, back to the left side. At the top, it's Miles Kelly, gets a screen. Right wing three by Miles, short. And the rebound to Kalkbrenner for Creighton.
Really good look, good set play to get Miles Kelly a shot. He just missed it.
Neal, left wing, picked up by Chad Baker-Mazzara. Coming off of a 29-point performance on Thursday against Louisville. Hands to Green, right back to Neal. Top of the circle, inside the arc. Left wing three ball by Neal. Air ball, out of bounds, and Auburn gets it.
Outstanding way to start for the Auburn Tigers on the defensive end. They just snuffed them, forced them into taking a deep three, and it was actually an air ball.
Denver Jones up the floor for the Tigers, across midcourt on the left-hand dribble. Cardwell top of the circle to Denver on the left wing. Denver at the top, it's Chad Baker down the lane, running one-hander, good!
Beautiful curl drive, what a screen by Dylan Cardwell to free Mazzara up. He gets going left, he can really shoot that floater.
Kalkbrenner at the point, picked up closely by Dylan Cardwell. Throws it right wing now for Green. Green to the top for Ashworth, picked up by Denver Jones. That's going to be a great matchup all night long. Gets a screen, head fake at three, picks up the dribble. Goes to the left wing for Neal, 7 to shoot, drives on CBM. Left side of the lane, onto the wing, Kalkbrenner at three. On the left wing, he banked it in. That wasn't poor defense by Auburn.
We'll just chalk that up as a lucky bank shot there.
3-2 Creighton, 18-27 in the first half. Top of the circle, Dylan. Left wing, Miles Kelly. Low post, Broom. Picked up there by Green. Back screen into the lane. To the hole with the left hand, he missed it short. Rebound Creighton there on the break. Up the right sideline, Jemiah Neal. 3-2 Creighton with the lead in the basketball. Green top of the circle for the Blue Jays. Hands the ball to Kalkbrenner. And to Ashworth. Wide open three ball. Good.
He just needs just a little bit of space. He's got a 7'2" guy screening for him right there. He just came right around his hip and rose up and shot it in.
6-2 Creighton on top. Auburn basketball, 17:51. Down the lane to the basket. No. Rebound Ashworth on the break. Pull up jumper, head fake. Off the left wing, McAndrew for three. That's missed. Rebound tapped and it comes to Broom for Auburn. Outlet up the right sideline, Chad Baker-Mazzara. Creighton has taken 4 threes already in this game. At the free throw line, Chad Baker from 17, didn't get it. Rebound Cardwell for Auburn. Back to the top, CBM, a three in the air. Good!
That's a good thing. One thing, the adjustment's going to have to be made. They are not guarding Dylan Cardwell anywhere on the floor. That's going to free him up to be a screener. That's going to get our shooters more involved.
6-5 the score. Creighton leads Auburn. Pull-up jumper, baseline right, missed by Neal. Rebounded by Broom. Outlet Miles Kelly races forward. Creighton gets back on defense. Right wing Chad Baker-Mazzara. Working on McAndrew. Bounce pass right side for Miles. To the hole off the glass. He didn't get it. Rebound Dylan. Goes back up and scores.
Beautiful offensive rebound. Just showed his presence right there. He took up space, snatched it off the offensive glass, and stuck it back in.
7-6 Auburn. 16:41 to go in the first half of play. Auburn fans come to their feet behind the Tiger bench, directly across from us. Green at the top for McAndrew. To Ashworth at the left wing. Top of the circle for Green. Picked up by Broom out top. Wants to get rid of it. Does. Kalkbrenner. Open 3 ball. Right wing short. Rebound Broom for Auburn. That's 3 rebounds already for Janai. Auburn with the lead and the basketball.
Good to see him on that glass, being the Windex guy early, snatching those rebounds.
Janai at the top, working on Green there. Drifts to the left wing, leaves for Miles Kelly. Whips a pass. Chad Baker up with the left hand. He didn't get it. Rebound McAndrew. Ahead. Ashworth on the break for Creighton. Waits for numbers to McAndrew to Ashworth left wing. McAndrew, or rather Ashworth gets a screen. Further down the left wing near the corner. To the wing, McAndrew. Head fake. Now to the top for Kalkbrenner. 14 to shoot for Creighton. Kalkbrenner working on Cardwell. Hands the ball now to Neal almost at midcourt. Shot clock at 8. Tigers by 1. Creighton basketball. Neal with 5. Neal with 3 at the free throw line. Neal tied up. Ball still loose. Shot clock violation.
First of many shutouts today. The length of the Auburn Tigers is just too much right now for the Creighton Blue Jays running their offense.
First time out of the ball game. 15:32 to go in the first. And this round of 32 from Rupp Arena. Auburn 7, Creighton 6. Auburn basketball when we come back. And Auburn basketball continues in a moment.
It's a great day to get vaccinated. Many children and adults that delayed vaccination during the pandemic are still behind schedule. It is crucial that we take the steps to get everyone back on track with their routine immunizations. Children and teens can still catch up on their vaccinations even if they start late. Make sure you and your family are up to date on all recommended vaccines, including respiratory virus vaccines. Let's all do our part to get back on track. Don't wait. Vaccinate. For more information, visit alabamapublichealth.gov/IMM.
When the game is on the line, you want someone you can count on. At Alabama Power, we believe in consistency and having each other's back. It's our game plan to safely deliver the electricity you depend on. We give 100% to achieve 99.9% reliability. Learn how we power a better Alabama at alabamapower.com/reliable. Alabama Power is a proud supporter of the Auburn Tigers.
Nobody beats Cook's Pest Control when it comes to the superior protection against unwanted pests and termites. Cook's knowledgeable and courteous technicians are expertly trained to get the job done right. Guaranteed. Protect your home and business with pest control you can trust. Call Cooks today for your free quote or to schedule a free on-site inspection. Cooks Pest Control.
Looky, 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 here comes Cookie. Cooks Pest Control.
Alabama Power is proud to present this broadcast of Auburn basketball. Alabama Power, power for a better Alabama.
This broadcast of the NCAA Division I Men's Basketball Championship is authorized under broadcast rights granted by the NCAA through Westwood One. It's intended solely for the private, non-commercial use of our audience. Any reproduction, retransmission, or other use of this broadcast without the express written consent to the NCAA and Westwood One is strictly prohibited. We welcome you back to Rupp Arena in Lexington, Kentucky. Auburn and Creighton, 15:32 to go in the first half of play. Auburn on top by a score of 7-6 after forcing a shot clock violation prior to the timeout.
I think one thing you see real early is the length of the Tigers' defense is forcing Creighton to do what really they kind of want to do. They want to shoot a lot of threes. They're 2 for 5. 5 of their early shots from behind the three-point line. The Tigers have done a good job retrieving the ball off the glass. Broom is all over that defensive glass. It's going to turn into some open, fast break points, I think, going into this segment here.
Broom and Cardwell, a combined 5 rebounds as Chaney Johnson checks into the lineup for Auburn, along with Tahad Pettiford joining Miles Kelly, Chad Baker-Mazzara, and Janai Broom. And it's Pettiford across midcourt for the Tigers. Top of the circle, Chaney. On the right wing, Chad Baker. Kearns, bounce pass in the corner. Miles for 3. Yes!
Beautiful set play after a timeout. Set up a nice little hard drive by Mazzara and a kick-out three-point shot by Kelly.
Ashworth wide open 3. Good. You cannot leave this guy open. Off the right wing. That cuts the lead to 1. 10-9 Auburn. 15:05 in the first half of play. Ashworth a couple 3 balls. At the top, Janai. 3 ball over Kalkbrenner. No. Long rebound pulled in by McAndrew for Creighton. Up the middle of the floor, Jemiah Neal. Left-hand dribble working on to Hyde Pettiford. Spins, free throw line, fadeaway, 16-footer, in and out. Rebound, Cheney Johnson. Outlet to Chad Baker-Mazara up the right sideline. Auburn on top by 1, 14:40 to go in the first half. Chad Baker, right wing three ball, no. Rebound, Broom, baseline right. Working on Kalkbrenner, backs in, up with the left hand, and missed it short. And Kalkbrenner got the rebound.
Janai's had a couple of good looks, just little bunnies around the basket. It just hadn't fallen just yet.
Kalkbrenner drives to the baseline. Nearly goes out of bounds into the corner. McAndrew a three. It's good.
One thing that we got to do is make sure we get Ashworth under control. He is kind of weaving his way in and out of our defense through the paint and created an assist on his outlet pass there.
4 threes in the first half for Creighton. Blue Jays lead Auburn 12-10. Pettiford against Ashworth. Gets a screen from Broom. At the top, three ball to Hyde. Yes!
It's a great sign to see the spark off the bench right off the bat. Weaved in, stepped back behind that three-point shot. Shot it with great confidence.
13-12, Auburn on top. 13:44 to go in the first half of play. Ashworth at the right wing. Now into the right corner. Picks it up to McAndrew. Baseline right. Picks up the dribble. Out to the top for Ashworth. Picked up by Miles. Ashworth around the perimeter. Goes for Neal, left side of the key. Looked underneath. Instead, the left wing Green. Low post intended for Kalkbrenner. And it's tapped out of bounds by Cheney Johnson with 6 to shoot as Denver Jones and Dylan Cardwell come in. Chad Baker-Mazara and Janai Broom come out. 6 on the shot clock for Creighton, out of bounds, baseline left. About 2/3 of the way to the corner. And it will be Jason Green, a Omaha native, that will trigger for Creighton. Neal, still looking. Throws it inbounds and throws it right to Miles Kelly. And here's Auburn the other way, leading by 1. Miles, a logo three that was blocked, and here's Creighton the other way. Neal, Ashworth. Oh, he was setting up for a three, but he couldn't handle the pass. Now to Neal at the top. Auburn by 1, to Creighton ball. 13-10 in the first. Green, right side of the circle. Hands the ball to Ashworth. Picked up by Miles and aggressively. Now double team, backs it up. And he dribbled it out of bounds.
The length and the pressure of the defense that the Auburn Tigers are putting on Creighton is really affecting how they run their offense.
4th turnover for Creighton in this first half.
One thing we have to eliminate is their decent looks from the three, because the 4 baskets they've got is from behind the arc.
Fedor Zukic is into the lineup for Creighton, replacing Green. Auburn by 1 to Hyde Pettiford. Curl, 3 ball. He got it, but they got Cardwell for a foul at the top. Auburn will tell you that this Creighton team flops. And that's what Bruce Pearl is telling Doug Sermons right now. That takes away a 3 by Tahad. First foul against Dylan Cardwell. First foul of the game for either team. Auburn by 1. Kalkbrenner at the top against Dylan. Picks up the dribble to McAndrew, left wing. Picks it up, shoots the 3 over Cardwell and knocks it home.
He just needs a little bit of space, too. They're 5 for 5 from the three-point line.
And lead by 2, 15-13. Off the left wing, Miles Kelly. At the top, it's Dylan. On the right wing, Jones. Low post for Broom. Or rather for Cheney. Cheney into the lane. Fadeaway. Shot. Good!
Beautiful post up. 1-on-1. Nice 2-point shot. About 4-foot shot by Cheney Johnson.
Ashworth at the midcourt. Drifts off the left wing to McAndrew at the top. To Ashworth, left wing. Head fake. Kicks it into the corner for Zukic. Zukic into the lane. Walked. He walked. Auburn ball.
Another win by the defensive possessions. Very good defense by the Tigers.
11:59 to go in the first half and a timeout, and we are flush. Auburn 15, Creighton 15. First half today presented by Southern Union. Conveniently located just a few miles from Auburn, Southern Union offers classes that easily transfer to the university. Endless opportunities are right up the road. This is the Auburn Sports Network.
Where were you when this happened?
Smith moves to the right and shoots a jumper. Missed everything, and up for the rebound is Chris Porter to Doc. Baseball pass, front court, Brian Smith. Baseline, 8-footer, in and out, no good. Oh, my goodness, what a jam by Porter. Oh, my goodness. Hello, Abbeville, Alabama. A one-handed slam. Get ready, ESPN. That's a highlight.
Don't miss the next heart-pounding moment on the Auburn Sports Network.
This is Coke Zero Sugar. Could I be the best Coke ever? Try and taste with your ears. Hear those bubbles? Imagine them tingling on your tongue. Fizzy deliciousness. Listen to that cascading liquid. A mouth-watering waterfall. Irresistibly tasty. Zero sugar. Crisp, refreshing, and ice cold. Is Coke Zero Sugar the best Coke ever? Try and decide.
Let's huddle up and make things happen with the only cards for the Plains. The Auburn University Regions Visa Debit Card and prepaid Regions Now Card. They're a win for your wallet and a big war eagle, whether you're purchasing stuff for game day or every day. Want to go all in on confidently showing your Tiger pride? Order your card now at regions.com/go Tigers. Regions, official bank of the SEC. Member FDIC. Terms, conditions, and fees apply.
Auburn and Creighton locked at 15 with 11:59 to go in the first half here at Rupp Arena in the round of 32 of the NCAA tournament. Jacob Hillman here courtside. With the check of the Ellowood scoreboard as the 5th seed at Michigan Wolverines have taken a 3-point lead over the 4th seed at Texas A&M Aggies, 73-70, 5:35 to go in that ball game out in Denver. The winner of that game will face the winner of this game here between Auburn and Creighton in the Sweet 16 and in Atlanta next week. Leading the way for the Wolverines is Roddy Gale Jr. with 22 points off the bench on 4 of 6 shooting from 3-point range. In other action, Texas Tech leads Drake 46-38, 15:24 to go in that ball game out in the West region. Leading the way for the Red Raiders is JT Toppin with 21 points and 10 rebounds on 10 of 12 shooting as the Red Raiders look to advance to the Sweet 16 against against Arkansas in the West region. That's a check of the Yellowwood scoreboard. Now back to Andy Burcham and Randall Dickey.
11:59 to go in the first half. Auburn and Creighton are tied at 15. All of Creighton's points have come on 5 threes in the first half of play. Auburn has out-rebounded the Blue Jays 8-7. Auburn has scored 6 points in the paint, 0 for Creighton. 5 points on second chance opportunities, 0 for Creighton. And Auburn's bench has outscored Creighton 5-0. And Auburn has the basketball.
The Tigers are winning in a lot of areas. It's the three-point shot. Right. It's the only thing that the Blue Jays has got over us right now, and they are red hot from that.
Pettiford, Denver Jones, left wing Cheney. Curls, dribbles to the free throw line. 15-footer in the air. Good!
Nice one-on-one. It's really a matchup against McAndrews. They're really putting him in motion on the defensive end. He is having a hard time guarding the Tigers.
Auburn with a 2-point lead, 17-15. Ashworth at the top, matched up with Cheney. To the right wing for Kalkbrenner. Picked up by Cardwell. Picks up the dribble. Backdoor pass. It never got to Neal. Auburn ball.
Really good defense. They tried to set up a set play on a backdoor. The long arms of Miles Kelly knocked it off Neal to give the Tigers the possession.
5 turnovers for Creighton in this first half. Auburn by 2 with the basketball. Denver at the left wing on Ashworth. Penetrates, spins. Step back, drives into the lane. Up with the right hand. Oh, it's no good, but he was fouled. It rolled over the top of the rim and came out, and Denver will go to the line to shoot 2.
The Tigers are really exploiting the Blue Jays on that curl, whether it's around the elbow or right around the block. They're really spinning hard, curling to the basket, and it seems like the Blue Jays are having a hard time keeping up with the Tigers. That time we were just a little unfortunate that ball didn't fall for a 3-point attempt.
Zugic called for the foul, his first. A 6'6", 215-pound senior from Montenegro. First of 2 for Denver. Good. Crawled over the front of that rim and fell through. Shooting 90% this season from the free throw line.
It's good to let him put the ball in his hands, get him going offensively, and also a free throw to see the ball go through the basket.
Second free throw, and Auburn leads by 4.
We'll give the Tigers a chance to press full court. We'll see how Blue Jays handle this.
Auburn by 4. Ashworth quickly up the floor. Across midcourt to the left wing against Denver Jones. Kalkbrenner at the top. Picked up by Cardwell. To the right wing, Jemiah Neal gets a screen. Cardwell in a switch. They throw it right wing for Zugic. Down the lane. Bounce pass, Kalkbrenner. Up against Cardwell. He missed it. Rebound comes to Cheney Johnson.
That's grown men territory. He's in there with the tall trees right there.
Pettiford on the right baseline. 15-footer in the air. Didn't get it. Rebound on the weak side to McAndrew. Right down to Ashworth at the middle of the floor. Miles Kelly goes down. Neal to the corner for Zugic. Drives to the baseline. Goes up. He missed it. Was fouled by Miles. Good, a hard foul by Miles Kelly. Will send Fedor Zugic to the line.
Zugic was wide open. Chaney Johnson had not a very good closeout. When he went to stop the three-point shot, he ball faked, took it to the basket. That brought Miles across the court to have to try to block it.
Creighton shoots 73.3% from the free throw line. Zugic, 76% this season. He'll get a couple. Right-hander who had 4 points and a rebound here Thursday, and he missed the first free throw. McAndrew comes out, and Isaac Trout is in, a sophomore from Grand Island, Nebraska, and a transfer in from Virginia. And that's about all of the depth that we will see from
true.
Creighton.
And I'm glad to see the rotating those guys in there. It shows that the starters are needing a little bit of a break.
Zugic, second free throw, and he missed both. By the way, Chad Bacon-Mazar back into the lineup for Auburn, replacing Miles Kelly. Auburn by 4 with the ball. Pettiford across midcourt. Right wing, Chaney Johnson. To Broom. To Pettiford. 3 ball in the air. No. Rebound tap. Broom has it. Right wing, and he's fouled by Ashworth.
That's good. Ashford sticks his hands in there, reaching all the time. They finally caught him. It took about 10 minutes for that to happen, but they finally caught him on that reach in.
10:25 in the first. Auburn 19, Creighton 15. Auburn ball out of bounds down the right sideline. CBM will trigger. Tahad Pettiford looks to the bench. Shot clock at 17 for the Tigers. Pettiford on the right wing. Gets a screen from Broom. Down the lane. Lobs it. Broom to the hole. Ball deflected away. And here is Creighton the other way. Ashworth, left wing, Neal. Picked up by Chad Baker. Auburn did a nice job getting back. That's got to happen all day long, friends. Neal right side of the circle against Tahad Pettiford. Crossover, down the lane, spins. Ball deflected. Neal runs it down and out of bounds off of Auburn with 12 to shoot.
Well, the quickness and the length of the Tigers really is pesky today. They're getting after those Blue Jays.
Jason Green in. Jemiah Neal comes out for Creighton. Blue Jay ball down the right side, our baseline. Green will trigger. They'll put Trout in one corner and Zugic in another. They throw to the top for Kalkbrenner. Left wing for Trout. Hit Jones in the face. They get it to Zugic at the top for 3, and he knocked it home. Just the 14th free ball of the year for Zugic. Cuts the lead to 1. Boy, Jones got popped in the face.
He sure did. It could have been hard enough to be an offensive foul.
At the left wing, Pettiford, Chad Baker in the key. Down the left side of the lane, it comes to Broom against Kalkbrenner. Spins, and he gets fouled by Kalkbrenner. That's the first foul on Ryan Kalkbrenner.
That's good. We'll get a couple of calls there. I guess we should share with our audience as well that they usually only foul about 9 times a game, which is amazing.
They're among the best in the country, number 1 in the country. At the fewest fouls of all game. Auburn ball in the corner. Chaney, left wing Broom. Top of the circle, Pettiford. Low post, Chaney. Up. Good!
Nice set play out of bounds. The Tigers are back to how they've been playing, executing the special team plays of baseline out of bounds.
21-18, Tigers on top. 6 threes for Creighton, the only scoring for the Blue Jays. Jason Green, right wing. Tries to drive on Chaney, stays right with him on the wing. Backs him in. Down the lane, Ashworth for the layup. He got free and put it in. Their first 2-point field goal of the night. Jones got rubbed, and Ashworth was free for the layup. Auburn by 1, 21-20. Top of the circle, Janai. Left side, Pettiford. Tahad against Ashworth. Bounce pass. Jones down the lane. In the lane. Fade away from Denver. Got it!
Nice 2-point shot. We're getting everything in that paint. Tigers are really efficient inside that paint.
Ashworth behind the back dribble. Leans in, 3 ball, banked up, missed. Kalkbrenner got the rebound and jammed it.
Basket by Kalkbrenner.
Pettiford across midcourt. Auburn by 1, 23-22. 8:17, first half of play. Tahad, bounce pass, Chad Bacon-Mazar against Green, who got a screen. 18-footer in the air by CBM. He didn't get it. Ashworth got the rebound. He starts the break for Creighton. Ashworth across midcourt. Brings it top of the circle, left wing. Open three ball in the air. Good. His third of the ball game. He has 11. And Creighton goes on top. 25-23 Blue Jays.
Well, he's certainly a good little player, and he's got a lot of confidence, and he's talking every trip down the floor. To be little, he's talking a big game.
Chad Bacon-Mazzara, top of the circle for Auburn. 18-footer in the air. CBM didn't get it. Nobody there to rebound for Auburn. There's Creighton on the break. Ashworth across midcourt. He drives and gets fouled at the top by Denver. Takes us to a timeout break. 7:33 to go in the first. Creighton with a 2-point lead. They've hit 4 of their last 5. The Blue Jays lead the Tigers 25-23. Great things are possible. You have the power, performance, and smart features of a Ford F-150, the official truck of the Auburn Tigers. Greatness starts at your local Ford dealer. Auburn basketball continues in a moment.
Recognized by Newsweek as one of America's best maternity care hospitals, East Alabama Health provides comprehensive treatment for mothers and babies throughout Auburn, Opelika, and the East Alabama region. And starting with the 2024 football season, we're pleased to partner with Auburn Athletics to provide a special Aubie blanket to each baby born at our hospital through a program we call Tiger Tots. For all your maternity care needs, trust the experts at East Alabama Health.
Get deals on a new Toyota that feel like...
Let's go!
Visit your local Toyota dealer for the Ready, Set, Go event. Get 1.99% APR for 36 months on a new 2024 Toyota Tacoma Hybrid. Offer valid through March 31st, 2025. Zero down for well-qualified buyers with approved credit and financing through Southeast Toyota Finance. $28.64 monthly payment for every $1,000 finance. Excludes tax, tag, registration, title, and dealer fee. See dealer for details. Toyota, let's go places.
People have been yelling at us online for years to bring back the Whataburger Monterey Melt, and we're finally doing it. The Monterey Melt is back with 2 slices of melty cheese, grilled peppers and onions, and jalapeno ranch, all on 2 fresh beef patties. We didn't do it because of the comments, posts, replies, emails, or vaguely threatening letters. You can't tell us what to do. You're not in charge of us. Our boss is. And she said to bring it back. The Monterey Melt is back at Whataburger. Available for a limited time. What a burger!
The Alabama Department of Public Health reminds you, don't wait, vaccinate. Stay current on all vaccines. Visit alabamapublichealth.gov/IMM to learn more.
Creighton has hit its 4 of its last 5 shots. Blue Jays have a 2-point lead. 25-23. Points in the paint dominated by Auburn. 12-4. However, the Blue Jays are 7 of 11 from 3. The only 2-point basket came from Stephen Ashworth, who leads all scorers with 11. He's 4 of 5 from the field and 3 of 4 from the 3-point stripe.
He's certainly a crafty point guard, and he's constantly moving. He's really hard to guard. He's very, very small, but he's he's quick. He changes speeds,
and he'll play every minute in this ball game.
Oh yeah.
I mean, if he's out, it's for a couple possessions and he's back in.
They just can't play without him because he's such a terrific ball handler, and he orchestrates the transition offensive game, but he also orchestrates the half-court offense because he's always moving. He'll pass it, give it up, cut through the lane, come right back and get it, go off a ball screen. He's always moving. The Tigers have really got to adjust their ball screen defense on him.
The 5 on the floor for Auburn: Tahad Pettiford, Miles Kelly, Chad Bacon-Mazzara, Dylan Cardwell, and Janai Broom. Broom, although he has 4 rebounds, has not scored in the game. He's 0 of 3 from the field.
Yeah, he's had a couple of nice easy shots around the basket, little bunnies, so to speak, but he just hadn't got them in the basket just yet. They just kind of trickled off.
Zugic down the right sideline will trigger for Creighton. They line up at the top of the key 4 across. 24 on the shot clock for the Blue Jays. They lead Auburn by 2. Zugic looking for an inbound. Still looking. Throws it into the backcourt for Jemiah Neal. Quickly up the floor, Neal. Between the legs dribble against Miles Kelly. To Ashworth on a curl. To the corner. Green, wide open 3-ball. No. And the rebound comes to Tahad Pettiford for Auburn. Down 2 Auburn ball. 7:17 on a counting clock in the first half of play. Tahad Pettiford, right wing. Chad Bacon-Mazzara to the top for Cardwell. Right wing now for Chad Baker. Down the right sideline for Broom. Drives, goes up for a shot. He was fouled by Green. I think it's Green. It was on the drive, not the shot.
Yeah, I think it's going to be a baseline out of bounds play. I don't think we're in a 1-and-1 just yet.
First foul against Jason Green. Auburn ball out of bounds, baseline right. 25-23, Creighton leads it with 7:05 in the first. Chad Baker will trigger. Into the corner, Broom. Cardwell to the top, Pettiford. To Hod, right wing, curl. Chad Baker lobs it. Cardwell to the hole, head fake. Head fake again, goes up, he missed it, foul. Kalkbrenner just picked up his second foul. And that's big because they're not very deep. And so does Greg McDermott keep Kalkbrenner in the ballgame.
And the size really shrinks for Creighton when they
Sure
take
does.
him out. That's for sure. But what an outstanding play by Dylan Cardwell just to snatch the ball off the offensive glass, power his way back to the basket because he was either going to score or get fouled.
Cardwell at the line for two. The first is missed. And McAndrew, who is big and a great three-point shooter, but a different defender, comes in. They at the top, near the left wing, 19 to shoot. Working on to Hod. Green at the top for Creighton. Down the right side, it's Ashworth. To the top of the circle against Cardwell. Off to the left wing, bounce pass, free throw line, Green. Green against CBM, fadeaway by Green. He missed it. And the rebound comes to Hod Pettiford.
They really struggle scoring without Ashford and Kalkbrenner touching the ball.
Auburn trails by 2, Tiger ball. Ball deflected out of bounds by McAndrew at the right sideline. And now they bring in another big.
Yeah, they're going to eventually take him out. They won't let him play
Frederick King will now come in for Kalkbrenner, who leaves with 2 fouls. King, he's a big dude from Mangrove Bay, Bahamas, 6'9", 250.
It's going to be quite a matchup between he and Cardwell.
Dylan the inbound, Broom. Off the right wing, Miles Kelly. Kelly against Neal. Stop and pop three straight away. It's short. Rebound, Janai. Janai spins to the hole and scores. We're tied.
Janai moved quickly then. He took it to the basket. He did not hesitate. Really good-looking play by Janai Broom that time.
Our Sun-South drive of the game, Sun-South John Deere, preferred track to the Tigers. And there's a steal for Auburn. Ball is still loose. It comes to McAndrew, left wing for Creighton. At the top, Ashworth. Left wing, McAndrew, 3. Good.
Well, he's money. When he's open, was on the all-freshman team in the Big East this year. He's an outstanding-looking athlete, about 6'9", 6'10", but he plays a guard-forward position.
3 threes already for McAndrew, and Creighton leads Auburn by 3, 28-25. Pettiford. At the top, it's Cardwell. Leaves for it to Hod. 18-footer in the air. Swish!
They're just trying to...
And they throw it away. Tried to set up King, who is double-teamed. Like throwing a ball over the middle against 2 linebackers. And then he just threw it out of bounds. Creighton doesn't play football, remember.
The Tigers are just too tall and too long for a play like that. For a guy 5, I don't know, what is he, 5'7", 5'8", maybe 6 foot they list him at, but he's really small guard. Crafty little player, but he can't see over the top of the defensive Tigers.
Jones, Cardwell, bounce pass, Janai, left side of the lane. Spins to the hole. With the left hand, he didn't get it. Doggone it. And King gets the rebound for Creighton. They're up by 1 with the ball. Ashworth. Neal drives to the basket. He put it up. It was blocked. Here's Auburn racing the other way. Chad Baker-Mazar drives to the hole, shoots, and missed it. Cardwell with the rebound dunk.
He's always following the play. He's a team player. He's always hustling, but what a flush back in.
That is our Sun-South drive of the game. Sun-South John Deere, preferred tractor of the Tigers. Find your local dealer at sunsouth.com. Creighton calls a timeout with 4:46 to go in the first half, and we'll get a John Deere update. Here is Jacob Hillman.
All right, thank you very much, Andy. As they are going down to the wire in Denver between the 4th-seeded Texas A&M Aggies and the 5th-seeded Michigan Wolverines. The winner of that game will face the winner of this game here at Rupp Arena between Auburn and Creighton. The Wolverines lead the Aggies 82-77 with 1:43 to go in the ball game as the Wolverines they got their first lead in quite some time with 6 minutes to go and have held on to that. Vladislav Golden has 23 points on 7 of 14 shooting. He also has 11 rebounds for a double-double for Michigan. On Texas A&M side, Farrell Payne back-to-back 25-point games. Tonight, he has 26 for the Aggies. as well as 5 rebounds, and they'll need more from him as they look to come back in the final 90 seconds, down by 5 out in Denver. We move on out to Wichita in the West region as 3rd-seeded Texas Tech is facing 11th-seeded Drake. The Red Raiders lead at 58-49 with 8:13 to go in that ball game. It's 2 20-point performances for Texas Tech between Darion Williams and J.T. Toppin. Williams has 22 points as well as 5 rebounds and 3 assists plus 2 steals. J.T. Toppin has 21 points and 11 rebounds to go along with 2 blocks on the night so far. As we look ahead into the schedule later tonight, it will be in the East region. 3-seeded Wisconsin faces 6-seeded BYU at 6:45 Central. The Badgers took down Montana 85-66 in the first round. BYU took down VCU 80-71 in their round of 64 matchup. And then late tonight, 7:40 Central tip-off. Top seed Houston in the Midwest faces 8-seeded Gonzaga at 7:40 Central. The Cougars beat SIU Edwardsville 78-40 in its round of 64 matchup behind Milos Uzan's 16-point, 3-rebound, and 3-assist performance. The Gonzaga Bulldogs beat the Georgia Bulldogs 89-68 behind Caleb Battle's 24-point, 8-rebound, and 2-assist performance. Gonzaga opened that game up 27-3 over Georgia before going on to win. And then the final game today is between Tennessee and UCLA. And here, right here at Rupp Arena at approximately 8:40 Central, or 30 minutes following the conclusion of this game. The Volunteers and Bruins have only matched up once before tonight, about 48 years ago when Gene Bartow was still the head coach. Now, back for the final 46 of action in the first half. Here's Andy Burcham and Randall Dickey.
A little bit of housekeeping for you. The Auburn baseball game tomorrow, and Auburn will be going for the sweep here in Lexington, has been moved up to a 10 a.m. Central Time start. Brad Law, Jason Caldwell with the call right here on the Auburn Sports Network tomorrow morning at 9:45 Central. What a thrilling 2 days of baseball for that Auburn team, and they're on their way. They've just arrived at Rupp. They're going to get to watch all of the second half of this one here tonight.
Well, that's a congratulations to them getting a big series win over the Wildcats.
2 one-run wins for the Tigers. Ashworth, left wing, to Neal. Outside the arc, left wing. Inside the arc, Kalkbrenner against Cardwell. Backs his way into the lane. Little jump hook. Air ball out of bounds to Auburn.
Outstanding defense. Dylan Cardwell is on point today. His size factor really affected Kalkbrenner's jump hook that time.
4 points, 3 rebounds, and an assist for DC. Auburn basketball leading by 1, 29-28, 4:25 in the first half of play. Pettiford across midcourt, picked up by Ashworth. Cardwell at the top. Hands the ball. Curl, 3. Kelly. It is in and out. And the rebound out of bounds off of Janai. Boy, that ball rimmed 3 or 4 times before it came out.
It sure did. It just kind of seemed like it just got almost down to the net, and it spit it right back out.
Ashworth quickly up the floor for Creighton. Kalkbrenner between the circles. At 7'1". Gets a screen. Out to the top for Ashworth. 15 to shoot. A curl by Neal. 15-footer in the air. Neal, good. His first bucket of the day.
Yeah, they're trying to get him involved a little bit. It was a good set play. Got him on a deep curl.
30-29 Tigers. Pettiford curls, free throw line. 15-footer in the air off the back of the iron. And the rebound to Ashworth up the floor for Creighton. It's it across midcourt. Down the left side, picked up by Cardwell. Now Pettiford. At the top, it's Neal. Creighton by 1 with the basketball. And then they throw it behind Ashworth, out of bounds. And it takes us to a timeout break with 3:27 to go in the first half of play. And Creighton leading Auburn 30-29. SeatGeek makes it easy to find tickets so you can be a part of all the celebrating this season. Whether you're buying or selling basketball tickets, SeatGeek is the place to do it. SeatGeek, the official ticketing partner of the Tigers. Expect the expected. SeatGeek. Stay tuned. This is the Auburn Sports Network.
Enjoy baseball and softball season on the Plains with live sports radio. Presented by Alpha Insurance. Auburn Sports Network broadcasts are available with no delay at both Plainsman Park and Jane B. Moore Field. Every grand slam, stolen base, and strikeout. Yours with no delay. Look for the live sports radio kiosks around the ballpark. Live sports radio lets you take the broadcast with you at every football game. Plus, home men's and women's basketball games, baseball, and softball. Live sports radio. Presented by Alpha Insurance.
Recognized by Newsweek as one of America's best maternity care hospitals, East Alabama Health provides comprehensive treatment for mothers and babies throughout Auburn, Opelika, and the East Alabama region. And starting with the 2024 football season, we're pleased to partner with Auburn Athletics to provide a special Aubie blanket to each baby born at our hospital through a program we call Tiger Tots. For all your maternity care needs, trust the experts at East Alabama Health.
Yellowwood knows that a five-star backyard is the place to make lasting memories, like roasting marshmallows on a cool fall night. That's it. Turn it nice and slow. Get it toasted all... Oh, no, it's on fire. Oh, you want it on fire. Okay, that's a choice, I guess. Crunchy. For five-star backyards and the most memorable experiences, Yellowwood brand pressure-treated pine. If it doesn't have that yellow tag, you don't want it.
Back at Rupp Arena, Auburn trails Creighton 30-29 with 3:27 to go in the first half of the round of 32 matchup between the Tigers and Blue Jays. Jacob Hillman here courtside. We'll have Canucka halftime coming up in a few moments as we check the Yellowwood scoreboard, get a full rundown of the schedule of events tonight as well as tomorrow as teams go for their bids in the Sweet 16. Arkansas already bid their way into the SEC with the win over St. John's. Texas A&M trails Michigan right now. We'll give you a final at Canucka halftime. We'll also take a look around Auburn athletics, give you that updated Auburn baseball time, recap their exciting wins in Lexington, and then we will take a look at the first half stats. Until then, for the story, here's voice of the Tigers, Andy Burcham, and Coach Randall Dickey.
Auburn trails by 1, 30-29, 3:27 to go in the first half. Creighton is 8 of 13 from 3. Auburn has outscored Creighton in the paint 16-4. And the Tigers have the ball with Tahad Pettifer bringing the ball forward. Across midcourt in the March Madness logo. Bounce pass Miles Kelly left wing. Low post Broom. Janai spins, goes up for a shot. Didn't get it. Rebound tapped and Creighton has it. Ashworth, Neal, drives to the hole and he scores. Auburn gave up
Janai didn't handle the pass very well from the wing that time, and then they just raced out, gave up a quick transition basket to the Creighton Blue Jays.
3-point lead for the Blue Jays. At the right wing, it's Pettifer. Free throw line for Broom. Brings it out to the top of the circle. Hands the ball to Tahad. Right back to Broom, 12 to shoot. Broom, a three that would tie it. No. Rebound. Tahad underneath and scores.
That's good. He used his streaks against Ashworth that time.
7 points in the first half for Tahad. Makes it a 1-point game, 32-31. Ashworth at the left wing. Top of the circle for Neal. Picked up by Pettifer. Straight away. 16 to shoot for the Blue Jays. Neal puts it on the floor. Spins to the baseline, or free throw line. From 15, he missed it. Rebound Broom. Janai's 6th rebound of the contest.
He continues to stay on the glass, which is a positive for the Tigers.
Auburn trails by 1. Pettiford hits Broom at the top. Back to Pettiford straight away. Picked up by Ashworth there. Backs up into the center circle. 12 to shoot for Tahad and the Tigers. 2 minutes to go in the first half. Shot clock at 9. Screen Pettiford. Cheney drives to the hole. All the way and scores.
Really good play. It was set up by Tahad Pettiford. Pulled the defense toward him like he was going to drive. When he did, then he just dished it off to Cheney Johnson for a layup.
Auburn by a point, 33-32. Auburn fans making some noise behind that Tiger bench. Ashworth against Miles, gets a screen, drives off the right side, spins, free throw line, Green, head fake against Broom, he scores. Got Janai off his feet, and it was an easy left-hand layup for Jason Green. And it gives Creighton a 1-point lead, 34-33. Pettiford across midcourt, 20 to shoot for the Tigers, 1:20 in the first half. Left wing, Miles gets a screen, free throw line, down the lane, high off the glass, he didn't get it, tapped up and missed by Broom, rebound to Neal for Creighton to the other end. Neal at the left wing for the Blue Jays. They lead Auburn by 1. Ashworth left wing, low post, Kalkbrenner against Janai, goes baseline, gets cut off, goes up, and he missed it. Rebound to Cheney Johnson for Auburn.
He's really struggling to score against both Cardwell and Broom underneath that basket.
Tigers trail by 1. 51 seconds down the lane. Pettiford underneath, missed it. Tap up and good by Broom.
Oh, it's good to see him get a basket to go in. It's a big positive for Janai Broom.
4 points and 7 rebounds for Janai. Auburn by 1, 35-34. Final 36 seconds of the first half.
Ashworth, double screen, left wing. And he dribbled the ball away. And a whistle. Are they going to call a foul on Auburn? Are you kidding me? They call the foul on Auburn going for the loose ball. Holy cow! A loose ball. Kelly dove for the ball, and they called him for a foul. That's a second foul on Miles. My goodness.
Holy smokes.
Chad Baker will come in. He'll replace Miles.
He is a crafty little player and drew that.
He went down.
I guess Miles fell on him.
Well, he did, but Ashworth undercut him. Zugic will trigger for the Blue Jays. Out to the top for McAndrew. Free ball by McAndrew. Got it.
We've got to get up on him. We've got to press on him.
You got to get on this guy.
That's for sure.
Final 20 seconds of the first half. Creighton by 2. 37-35. They have 9 threes in the first half. Pettiford in the center circle. 10 seconds in the first half. 8 seconds in the first half. Dahad puts it on the floor. He drives. Turns the corner. Goes up. Missed it. Rebound underneath for and out of bounds. Oh, they gave the ball to Creighton. They say that ball went out of bounds off Auburn. It clearly went out of bounds on Zugic.
Holy smokes.
Please review that one.
I don't think they can.
Holy cow.
The first half.
1.5 seconds to go in the first half.
You can't give Creighton anything right here on a long carom.
They get it to Ashworth mid-court, and he loses it, and the first half comes to a close. 2 mystifying calls at the end of the first half. And Creighton leads Auburn by 2 at halftime. Creighton 37, Auburn 35. 9 threes in the first half for Creighton. 9 of 14, and McAndrew has 4 of those. At the half, Creighton 37, Auburn 35. Time now for Conecuh halftime. And here is Jacob Hillman.
All right, thank you very much, Andy. A back-and-forth first half as the lead changed 13 times between the Tigers and Blue Jays, and Creighton leads at 37-35. This is Conecuh halftime. Conecuh Sausage is the official smoked sausage and hot dog of the Auburn Tigers. Checking the Yellowwood scoreboard, they've gone final out in Denver. Excuse me, they're about to go final out in Denver, but it might as well be final as Michigan leads Texas A&M 91-79 with 7 seconds to go. The winner of that game is going to face the winner of Auburn and Creighton in Atlanta next weekend in the Sweet 16. For Michigan, leading the way, it was Vladislav Golden scoring 23 points and 12 rebounds. He shot the ball 7 of 14 from the field. He had 9 free throws on 11 attempts. 5 of those 12 rebounds were offensive. And for Texas A&M, did not get the best game from Wade Taylor IV, who leads the way usually. He scored 14 points, but it was on 4-15 shooting. He was 1 of 8 from three-point land. He also had 4 assists and 2 steals. Leading the way, it was Farrell Payne from off the bench. He had back-to-back 25 points games to end the season for Texas A&M as he scored 26 tonight against the Wolverines on 10 of 13 shooting. He had 5 rebounds to go along with it. He turned the ball over 3 times and had 4 fouls. When we go over to the West region, between 3rd-seeded Texas Tech and 11th-seeded Drake, the Red Raiders lead at 67-56 with 3:29 to go in that ball game. J.T. Toppin has 25 points for the Red Raiders. That's not even the leading scorer for them, as Darion Williams has 26 on 11 of 17 shooting. He has rebounded the ball 5 times. J.T. Toppin does have a double-double with 12 rebounds to go along with his 25 points. For Drake, 15 points each for Daniel Abreu and Bennett Sturts as Drake upset Missouri in the first round matchup in the round of 64, but it looks like Texas Tech is going to try and pull away and advance to the Sweet 16. As we take a look at some of the action that's going to take place later tonight, they're going to get underway between the 3rd-seeded Wisconsin Badgers and the 6th-seeded BYU Cougars. That game's going to tip off here in just a few moments. That is in the East region out in Denver. The Badgers defeated Montana 85-66 on Thursday. John Blackwell led the way with 19 points and 5 rebounds. It was an off game for John Tonji. He was well below his season average. BYU in the round of 64 beat VCU 80-71 behind Richie Saunders' 16 points, 4 rebound, 2 assists, and 2 steal performance as they will look to advance to the Sweet 16 in the East region and face the winner of second-seeded Alabama and 7th-seeded St. Mary's. And then the 2 nightcaps tonight. We'll start with the 7:40 Central tip-off between top-seeded Houston in the West, or the Midwest, and 8th-seeded Gonzaga as the Cougars and Bulldogs face off. Houston got a 78-40 win over SIU Edwardsville back on Thursday behind Milos Uzon's 16.3 rebound and 3 assist performance. Gonzaga just had the foot on the gas from the get-go against Georgia before it won 89-68. The Bulldogs opened the game up 27-3. Caleb Fattle scored 24 points, had 8 rebounds, and 2 assists in that game. And then finally, the last game on the schedule for tonight in the round of 32. It'll be the 2nd-seeded Tennessee Volunteers against the 7th-seeded UCLA Bruins in the Midwest. Obviously, Tennessee here, a lot of fans here for the Volunteers, but it'll be the second matchup ever between the Bruins and Vols, the first in 48 years. To get here, Tennessee beat Wofford 77-62. Chad Lanier had 29 points, which is the third most ever for a Volunteer in NCAA tournament history. UCLA blew out Utah State 72-47. As we move on to tomorrow's action, starting in the South region where Auburn is the number 1 overall seed. 3rd-seeded Iowa State Cyclones will face the 6th-seeded Ole Miss Rebels at 6:45 Central. The Rebels are in their 10th NCAA tournament appearance with the highest seed since 2001. Defeated UNC 71-64 back on Friday behind Sean Padula's 20 points, 6 rebounds, and 5 assists. UNC obviously got in through the play-in route in Dayton. Iowa State is without Keyshawn Gilbert for the remainder of the season. Beat Lipscomb back on Friday behind Milan. Momcilovic has 20 points, 5 rebounds, and 2 assists. Also in the south at the bottom of the bracket, 2nd-seeded Michigan State will face 10th-seeded New Mexico at 7:40 Central. It's the 27th consecutive NCAA tournament appearance for Michigan State, the longest streak in Big Ten history. The Spartans beat Bryant 87-62 yesterday. Cohen Carr came off the bench and scored 18 points and had 9 rebounds. For the Lobos, Donovan Dent is the Mountain West Player of the Year. He's the only player in the nation to average 20 points per game and 6 assists per game. And in the upset win over Marquette last night, Dent went for 21 points and 6 assists, right on track for his season average. That upset was a 75-66 final for the Lobos over the Golden Eagles. And then in the West region, the top seed in the West region, Florida, will get the day started against the 8th-seeded UConn Huskies. That game will tip off at 11:10 a.m. Central. UConn is the back-to-back national champions, the first team to do that since its opponent, Florida, in 2006 and 2007. And so UConn will go for a three-peat, the first ever since, or at least the first since UCLA did it, 7 straight times from 1967 to 1973. UConn defeated Oklahoma 67-59 in the round of 64. Solo Ball had 14 points and 5 rebounds. For Florida, it was a domination of Norfolk State 95-69. Walter Clayton Jr. had 23 points and 5 rebounds, right on pace with his 24-point per game average in his NCAA tournament career. That is first among active college Division I players. And then in their pot, out in Seattle, it'll be the 4th-seeded Maryland Terrapins against the 12th-seeded Colorado State Rams, as the Rams made their first round of 32 appearance since 2013 after defeating Memphis 78-70. Kyan Evans had a career-high 23 points and a Colorado State NCAA tournament record 6 3-pointers. Maryland beat Grand Canyon 81-49 as Derek Queen, the Big Ten Freshman of the Year, had 12 points and 15 rebounds. The 32-point margin of victory was the largest win in Maryland's NCAA tournament history. And then any more games tomorrow night? Yes, it'll be number 2 Alabama in the East facing 7th-seeded St. Mary's at 5:10 Central. The Crimson Tide defeated Robert Morris 90-81 on Mark Sears' 22 points, 11 of those points coming from the free throw line. The Colonials actually led that game 65-64 with 6.5 minutes to go, but Alabama was able to go on a run and win it. St. Mary's beat Vanderbilt 59-56 with Mitchell Saxton and Luke Barrett leading the way with 2 double-doubles. Both of them scored 12 points. Saxton had 11 rebounds and Barrett had 10 rebounds. That game will take place in Cleveland tomorrow at 5:10 Central. 5th-seeded Oregon will face 4th-seeded Arizona at 8:40 Central, the final game of the round of 32 in this NCAA tournament. The Ducks beat Liberty 81-52 behind Jackson Shellstad 17 points, 15 of those coming in the first half. Trey Townsend led the way for Arizona in its 93-65 win over Akron. He had 16 points on 7 of 8 shooting. He also grabbed 8 rebounds. And in the second game tomorrow, standalone game, top-seeded Duke in the East faces 9th-seeded Baylor at 140 Central as the Blue Devils beat Mount St. Mary's 93-49 in the first round, and Tyrese Proctor scored 19 points on 6 of 8 from three-point distance. Baylor beat Mississippi State 75-72, and it was the 7th consecutive NCAA tournament first-round win for the Bears and Scott Drew. And then number 3 seed Kentucky in the Midwest will face the 6th seed Illinois Fighting Illini at 4:15 Central. The Wildcats defeated Troy 76-57 yesterday. Osega Owe had 20 points, 8 rebounds, and 6 assists. Illinois won 86-73. Tomislav's Ivicic 20 point and 10 rebound double-double led the way, but Will Riley also had 22 points for Illinois. That's a full check of the Yellowwood scoreboard here as we advance in the NCAA tournament, and Auburn leads or trails Creighton 37-35 at the break here at Rupp Arena. Coming up, we highlight all the happenings in Auburn athletics, including previews of this weekend on the Diamond and some recaps, as well as some time changes, and track and field having a big day out in Atlanta. This is the Auburn Sports Network.
Check out the new look at auburntigers.com. Read the latest feature stories. Get critical game day information and graphics. Search videos and audio. Find out how to get connected by digital and social media or by joining Tigers Unlimited. Shop the AU Photo Store or buy your tickets to the next event on the athletics calendar. auburntigers.com, the official website of Auburn Athletics.
Get deals on a new Toyota that feel like... Visit your local Toyota dealer for the Ready, Set, Go event. Get $1,750 in bonus lease cash on a new 2024 Toyota Tacoma SR5. Offer valid through March 31st, 2025. Offer entitled $1,750 bonus lease cash on the lease of a new and untitled 2024 Toyota Tacoma SR5 gas vehicle. Bonus cash may be used only toward down payment or capitalized cost reduction on the new vehicle. See dealer for details. Toyota, let's go places.
Yellowwood knows that a 5-star backyard is the place to make lasting memories. Like cookouts. Cornhole with friends. Ooh, a neighborhood potluck with your wife's pasta salad. The one with the feta. Oh, sorry. Or taking a nap on your deck in a hammock. Naps are memories. I love naps. For 5-star backyards and the most memorable experiences, Yellowwood brand pressure-treated pine. If it doesn't have that yellow tag, you don't want it.
Conecuh sausage is a fan favorite for tailgating, always great on the grill, and it's the official sausage dog and hot dog of the Auburn Tigers. Conecuh sausage is made from the finest cuts of pork, their patented blend of seasonings, and smoked over a pure hickory fire for that true southern flavor. Be sure to visit the Conecuh gift shop in Evergreen, Alabama, right off I-65 at exit 96. Enjoy a crowd-pleasing Conecuh sausage dog while watching the Tigers and make Conecuh part of your game day. Conecuh sausage since 1947, a real winner.
Welcome back to Conecuh halftime. Auburn trails Creighton 37-35 at the break in the round of 32 of the NCAA tournament. Before we take a look around Auburn athletics, let's pause 10 seconds for station identification on the Auburn Sports Network. Jacob Hillman here with you inside Rupp Arena. We take a look around Auburn Athletics. This look around Auburn Athletics is brought to you by Auburn Bank, champions of youth. Number 17 baseball took the series over number 24 Kentucky with wins last night and an extra innings thriller today. Ike Irish had 5 hits, including 2 home runs, 1 in the 9th and 1 in the top of the 11th, both proving to be the difference in that series win. Action will conclude tomorrow at 10 a.m. Central at Kentucky Proud Park with Brad Law on the call, as well as Jason Caldwell. That game time being moved up from 1 o'clock Central due to weather in the area. Tune in on your local affiliate, the Auburn Tigers app, or in the booth on the Auburn Tigers YouTube channel. in Lexington for men's basketball. Go to ukathletics.com to purchase tickets for tomorrow's series finale. The Tigers' 7-game road trip continues on Tuesday at Riverwalk Stadium in Montgomery against South Alabama at 6 Central, with coverage beginning at 5:45 on the Auburn Sports Network. Number 23 softball fell in Game 2, 75 on a 3-run walk-off home run by Texas after leading 5-0 early. The Tigers will look to salvage a game from the series tomorrow at noon Central. J.J. Jackson will have the call on Weagle 91.1 FM in the Auburn area and Auburn Tigers app everywhere else. Softball will also stay on the road for an in-state battle with Troy on Wednesday at 6 Central. Men's tennis, in its 4th home match of 7, defeated Kentucky 4-3. In continued action today against number 19 Tennessee, losing 4-3 with it coming down to the final match. The Tigers fell for the first time this season at home with that loss. They are already back in action tonight against Alabama A&M as they look to wrap up the weekend, and they do that leading 4-1. That should be a win. Alabama A&M got the doubles point, but Auburn has won the first 4 singles point and will look to move to 12-1 at home at the Yarborough Tennis Center. Swim and dive, the women's NCAA championship concluded today in Federal Way, Washington, with Auburn closing things out in the 400-meter relay. The men's national championships will be held Wednesday through Saturday in the Northwest. Number 12 gymnastics tied for 3rd in the afternoon session of the SEC championship with a score of 195.95. It will learn its NCAA regional destination on Monday during the selection show at 11 a.m. Central. Number 8 women's tennis moved back into the top 10 this week and returned home yesterday as it defeated Vanderbilt 6-1. The Tigers will host Missouri to close out its weekend tomorrow at noon Central. The match will be held at the Yarborough Tennis Center and is free to attend. Track and field's outdoor season began yesterday in Atlanta at the Yellow Jacket Invitational, with action wrapping up today, and the Tigers have claimed 11 of them wins. They will head to Tallahassee on Thursday for Terry Long FSU Relays. Number 1 men's golf took home the General Hackler Championship by 17 shots for its 2nd consecutive tournament title, where senior Brendan Valdez won the individual championship by a single stroke during SEC Golfer of the Week honors. The Tigers return to the course at the Valspar Collegiate on Monday. Number 19 women's golf final regular season tournament also begins Monday at the Charles Schwab Women's Collegiate Invitational at Colonial Country Club in Fort Worth. For men's basketball, the number 1 overall seed in the NCAA tournament, a win would mean that the Tigers play Michigan in the Sweet 16 in Atlanta on Friday. That game time is to be determined, so stay tuned to auburntigers.com, the Auburn Tigers app, as well as at AU Sports Network for full schedules and more information. That look around Auburn Athletics was brought to you by Auburn Bank, champions of you. Again, your score at the half: Creighton 37, Auburn 35. We take a look at the first half stats when Connect at halftime continues in a moment.
You've created a comfortable home office. Now let Carrier provide the cash bonus. For a limited time, you can claim up to $1,550 in cool cash rebates on a qualified Carrier home comfort system. There's never been a better time to upgrade to year-round premium comfort and energy savings. Carrier, turn to the experts.
You sit in traffic now, but later, there's an ice-cold reward. Modelo, the mark of a fighter. You've earned this rich golden lager with a crisp, refreshing taste, because you know all your patience is paid out in gold. You remain calm through honks, bumper to bumper, and people yelling. Come on, move! You are a fighter, and Modelo is your reward. Modelo, the mark of a fighter. Drink responsibly. Beer imported by Crown Imports, Chicago, Illinois.
Let's go. Let's huddle up and make things happen with the only cards for the Plains. The Auburn University Regions Visa Debit Card and Prepaid Regions Now Card. They're a win for your wallet and a big war eagle, whether you're purchasing stuff for game day or every day. Want to go all in on confidently showing your Tiger pride? Order your card now at regions.com/GoTigers. Regions, official bank of the SEC. Member FDIC. Terms, conditions, and fees apply.
I like what I like, and I do what I want.
If what you like is getting the highest payouts, getting the most free play, and finding more of your favorite games on a spacious upscale gaming floor, then Wind Creek Montgomery is your kind of fabulous. No matter what fabulous means to you, you'll find it here. Wind Creek Montgomery. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
Tigers trail by 1. 51 seconds down the lane. Pettiford underneath, missed it. Tap up and good by Broom.
Oh, it's good to see him get a basket to go in. It's a big positive for Janai Broom.
4 points and 7 rebounds for Janai.
That was Janai Broom's stat line at halftime as Auburn trails Creighton 37-35 at the break here at Rupp Arena in the round of 32 of the NCAA tournament. Jacob Hillman here checking the halftime numbers, which are brought to you by the Alabama Department of Public Health. Don't wait, vaccinate. Protect yourself and others by staying current on all recommended vaccines. Visit alabamapublichealth.gov/IMM as Auburn got scoring from each and every player that saw the floor today. Miles Kelly had 3 points, 4 points from Dylan Cardwell and Denver Jones, as well as Janai Broom. It was 5 points from Chad Baker-Mazzara, 7 from Tahad Pettiford, and 8 from Chaney Johnson. Janai Broom led the way with 7 rebounds. Chaney Johnson had 5 on his own. For Creighton, Jackson McAndrew leads the way with 12 points on 4 of 5 shooting from 3. Stephen Ashworth trails him with 11 points and 3 of 4 from 3. The Blue Jays are 9 of 14 from three-point range. That's 64.3%. Auburn has shot 27.3% from 3 on 3 of 11 shooting from the field. The Tigers are 15 of 39 for 38.5%, and the Blue Jays are 14 of 27 for 51.9%. The lead changed 13 times in the first half between the Blue Jays and the Tigers, as we will get set for a big first half between Auburn and Creighton. Again, your score at the break. Auburn 35, Creighton 37. Andy Burcham and Coach Randall Dickey bring you the second half action from Rupp Arena after this.
You've been listening to Conecuh Halftime. Conecuh is the official sausage dog and hot dog of the Auburn Tigers. Get one on your next visit to Neville Arena or make Conecuh part of your game day wherever you are. The second half is 2 minutes away. This is the Auburn Sports Network.
Big eating in Auburn and Opelika means Big Mike's Steakhouse, famous for high-quality steaks cooked to perfection on an open-fire grill served in a relaxed, rustic atmosphere. It's happy hour at Big Mike's every Wednesday and Thursday from 4 to 6 and half off select appetizers, draft beer, and well drinks. And don't forget, a Big Mike's gift card will always be the perfect gift for Big City Steak in your hometown. It's Big Mike's Steakhouse in Auburn at Shigburn Parkway and Wire Road.
Southeastern Industrial Contractors offers the path to a productive and successful career for hard workers of all ages, especially young people looking to jump straight into the workforce. Southeastern Industrial Contractors is now hiring for great-paying skilled trade positions. Managing partner Derek Harville is a proud Auburn University graduate with deep roots in the community. Give him a call at 334-209-6355 to learn more. Southeastern Industrial Contractors, 334-209-6355.
For 70 years, Max Credit Union has been more than just a financial institution. We've been a part of your community, your milestones, your dreams. At Max, you're not just a customer. You're a member, a neighbor, a friend. So as we celebrate 70 years of trust, service, and financial growth, we want to say thank you. Thank you for choosing Max, and thank you for letting us be a part of your journey. Max Credit Union, 70 years strong and just getting started. Federally insured by NCAA.
Hip pain is not to be taken lightly. It could be a sign of hip impingement. If pain, stiffness, or limping persists, see a hip specialist at the orthopedic clinic. Treatment includes non-surgical options, but if surgery is needed, minimally invasive arthroscopic hip surgery is only available locally at the orthopedic clinic. Don't wait. Schedule an examination today. Call for an appointment, 334-749-8303, or visit theorthoclinic.com.
Second half is underway. A shot is up. It's missed by Kalkbrenner. And here's Auburn the other way, trailing by 2. Broom out at the right wing, top of the circle. Straight away, 3, Denver. Good!
Well, it's a great way to start. A shutout, the first defensive possession, and a three-point shot by Denver Jones on the first offensive possession.
7 for Denver. Tigers by 1, 38-37. Right wing, Jemiah Neal. Picked up by Miles. Tries to go down the right side. He's double-teamed there. Picks up his dribble. Neal, a bounce pass to Kalkbrenner outside the arc. 11 to shoot. Kalkbrenner at the top. Picks up the dribble. 7 to shoot. To Neal. Drives down the lane. In the lane. Goes up. He missed it and was fouled. Fouled by Miles Kelly. It's his third. And all of these calls are coming from the exact same official.
Yeah, when they get in a bind, when Creighton has trouble running their offense as far as not on their set play, something's not open, it's usually Neal that puts it on the deck and goes one-on-one.
He's a 59% free throw shooter. He'll get a couple here. Only player that has started every game this year for Creighton, and he misses the first free throw. He was fourth in the Big East in defensive rebounds this year. 6'5". What good-looking athlete. Auburn by a point. He can tie the game here with this second free throw, and he got it. We're tied at 38. Auburn ball, 19:04, second half. The winner moves on to play Michigan in the Sweet 16 on Friday in Atlanta. Right wing, Chad Baker turns the corner down the lane to the hole with the left hand. Got it!
Beautiful left hand. McAndrew cannot defend him, and Chad Baker just took him right straight to the basket.
Ashworth drives to the right wing, picked up by Denver, gets a screen picked up by Chad Baker. Right wing, three ball, Neal. No, long rebound, weak side, Green. Green against Denver. Goes up with the right hand and scores.
Just had too much size for Denver to handle down underneath the basket.
He's 6'8". Denver is 6'4". We're tied at 40.
One of the first, second opportunities that Creighton has had tonight.
At the top, Dillon to Denver. Denver backs up against Ashworth. Turns the corner down the lane. Off the right side, 15-footer. No. Rebound Janai. And he was fouled from behind by Jason Green. Second foul on the 6'8 sophomore out of Omaha.
Janai is continuing to go to that glass. He's trying to rebound, and they just climbed up over his back that time.
Out of bounds, baseline right for Auburn, 20 to shoot for the Tigers. They'll put Broom out on the right sideline with Kelly in the left corner. Inbound Cardwell, out to the top, Broom. Denver straight away against Ashworth. Chad Baker against Anderson, or McAndrew. On the right wing, three ball, yes!
Big splash, but Chad Baker Mazzaro, big bucket for the Tigers.
18 minutes to go in the second half, and Auburn goes up 43 to 40. Ashworth way out of the left wing against Denver. Gets a screen. Drives to the right wing on Cardwell. Through the lane off the left side. Down the lane, Green. Head fake twice. Goes up. He missed it. Rebound, Broom for Auburn. Good defense by Dillon that time.
The size of Broom and Cardwell is just too much.
Auburn by 3 with the basketball. Denver in the lane. Now brings it out to the top with 20 to shoot. 43 to 40. Tigers on top. 17-28. Second half of action. Top of the circle, Chad Baker Mazzaro against McAndrew. Drives on McAndrew. Behind the back dribble. Gets it out to the top. Three ball straight away. No! He goes down. Out of bounds to Creighton. How is there no foul called? How is there no foul called? Holy cow!
Man.
Tahad Pettiford in. Miles Kelly with 3 fouls comes out.
Sure would like to see that as a replay right there.
I sure would. I doubt they'll show it. 17-15 in the second half. 43 to 40. Tigers on top. Ashworth across midcourt for Creighton. Works against Denver. Bounce pass, Green. Right wing outside the arc. Drives it with the left hand down the lane against Broom. Bounce pass, Ashworth to the top for Neal. 13 to shoot for Creighton. Neal. Broom does a good job to stay right with him. 8 to shoot. Now Cardwell picks him up. 6 to shoot. 5 to shoot. Down the lane. Fade away from 17. He didn't get it. Cardwell, or rather, Chad Baker Mazzaro gets the rebound. Lobs it ahead,
defense
and it's knocked out of bounds underneath by Green. And Auburn will have 24 to shoot. Baseline left, it will come.
Auburn showed a little fast break that time with Dillon running the floor and was wide open at the basket, but just got deflected out of bounds.
Out of bounds, baseline left. Janai will trigger. Cardwell in the left corner. Denver Jones in the far right. Inbound to Dillon. Couple dribbles, hands the ball to Chad Baker. Inside the arc, out to the top, Janai. 3 ball in the air, Janai. No. Rebound, and they're going to get Cardwell for going over the back. That'll be the second foul on Dillon.
That's 2 big possessions, Andy. You got to make a point of that. We're 43 to 40. The way this game is going, every possession is so valuable, and we've had 2 chances to get the ball in the basket and have not been successful just yet. But the Tigers' defense is really playing good.
Chaney Johnson had 8 points and 5 rebounds. He replaces Cardwell in the Auburn lineup. Ashworth across midcourt for Creighton. Auburn's lead is 3. 16-24 in the second. Neal picked up by Tahad. Near a double team, stays out of the double team to McAndrew. A long three. He missed it. He finally missed one. Rebound, Kalkbrenner in the lane with the left hand. It's good.
And they get a second opportunity on his first miss and then laid it back in. The size of Kalkbrenner was just too much that time.
43-42, Tigers up by one. Chad Baker turns the corner down the lane to the hole with the left hand. Yes, and a foul!
Big three-point attempt right there. Got a chance for a conventional three-point play. Mazzara has found the open lane on a left-handed drive.
Foul by Jason Green, his third. CBM to the line for the and one. When we come back, 15:58 to go in the second NCAA round of 32. Auburn leads Creighton 45-42. And Auburn basketball is brought to you by Auburn Opelika Tourism. Start your next visit to the Plains at aotourism.com. Auburn basketball continues in a moment.
Conecuh sausage is a fan favorite for tailgating, always great on the grill, and it's the official sausage dog and hot dog of the Auburn Tigers. Conecuh sausage is made from the finest cuts of pork, their patented blend of seasonings, and smoked over a pure hickory fire for that true southern flavor. Be sure to visit the Conecuh gift shop in Evergreen, Alabama, right off I-65 at exit 96. Enjoy a crowd-pleasing Conecuh sausage dog while watching the Tigers and make Conecuh part of your game day. Conecuh sausage since 1947, a real winner.
Attention! If you owe money to the IRS, this is an urgent message. The IRS is cracking down by sending out collection letters, garnishing paychecks, seizing bank accounts, and putting liens on homes and businesses. They call it enforced compliance, and you better watch out because penalties and interest on unpaid taxes compound daily, making it even harder to get out of debt. Don't let tax debt destroy your life. You need to call Optima Tax Relief, America's #1 tax resolution firm. They're experts in taxpayer assistance programs that can save you thousands if you qualify. A+ rated by the Better Business Bureau, Optima's resolved over $1 billion of tax debt for their clients. Let them fight on your behalf, helping to put your tax problems to rest. Call the tax professionals at Optima now for a free consultation.
Call 800-783-8055. 800-783-8055. 800-783-8055.
Optima Tax Relief.
Some restrictions apply. For complete details, please visit OptimaTaxRelief.com.
Chick-fil-A is proud to present this broadcast of Auburn basketball. Eat more chicken and war eagle with Chick-fil-A.
15:58 to go in the second half. Auburn leads Creighton 45-42. Chad Baker Mazzara coming out of this timeout with the conventional and one opportunity. He has 12 points to lead Auburn. He has scored 7 in the first 4 minutes and 2 seconds.
It boils down to it boils down to a matchup, and they just cannot defend him. McAndrew cannot defend him on that hard drive left.
Auburn, by the way, 4 of 7 from the field. Creighton is 2 of 6 from the field in the second half.
And also we're 2 for 4 from the 3 in this second half, and that's a big plus. Gives us a 3-point lead right here. Make this free throw and go up 4. Just continue to increase the distance between the spread on these Creighton Blue Jays.
First player in foul trouble is Jason Green, who has 3 for Creighton. Miles Kelly with 3 for Auburn. Chad Baker Mazzara at the line, 89% free throw shooter this season. Third team All Southeastern Conference for CBM. Big breath. 3 left-handed dribbles, spins the basketball in the air, and he missed it short. Oh, got it, and the rebound comes to Creighton. Auburn's lead is 3, 45-42. Kalkbrenner at the top against Broom. Faces the basket straight away, 17 to shoot. Hands the ball to Ashworth. Chad Baker Mazzara in his face, now picked up by Broom in a switch. Ashworth down the right side of the lane, through the lane. Kicks it out to the top. Neal straight away 3, it's tied.
He just continues to hold it in his hand. He dribbled all the way across. I thought he was going to try to take Broom to the basket, but then he found Neal wide open.
We're tied at 45, 15-20 to go in the second half of play. Pettiford to Broom at the top. Back door, Chad Baker Mazzara throws it out of bounds off of Fedor Zugic. To save that offensive possession for Auburn, 18 to shoot for the Tigers, out of bounds baseline left. Let's see what Auburn does out of bounds here. They'll put Broom get it in the corner, Chad Baker, or rather at the top, Broom to Pettiford. On a curl, Jones running one-hander, missed it short. Rebound, Broom and McAndrew, they're tied up, and the arrow goes to Auburn.
A good scrap, a little bit short-armed it on that floater by Denver Jones, but it bounced right in front of the rim, straight to the floor, and Broom put his hands on it.
Greg McDermott talking with Doug Sermons at midcourt. The ruling was that it was a jump ball, and the possession arrow is Auburn's.
Yes, both coaches, Coach Pearl and Coach McDermott, they're getting their time in with these officials, that's for sure.
Chad Baker, the inbound. At the top, it's Jones. Left wing, Pettiford. Three ball to Hod.
Good! Big splash. What a ball fake. Ashford come out, try to defend to Hod Pettiford. He ball faked him. He flew by, and he just splashed a three.
48-45 Tigers. Ashworth at the right wing. Out at the top. Neal another three to tie it. Good.
He's heating up as well. When you switch, and Auburn is switching 1 through 5, that means every player is switching on the other players. You must defend him once you take him.
Pettiford at the right wing. Dribbled the ball out of bounds. That is just the third turnover by Auburn. And it gives Creighton the ball back with the game tied at 48. 14:29 to go in the second half. Creighton has 11 threes, 2 in the second half by Jemiah Neal. Ashworth at the top. Bounce pass. Neal, left wing. Low post, Kalkbrenner against Broom. Into the lane against Janai. Oh, he walked, and they're going to call a foul on Auburn. They call a foul on Auburn. Kalkbrenner walked. Gee, but Christmas.
Well, he starts that post up one-on-one against Broom. He used what you call a crab dribble, and he keeps, every time it hits the floor, he puts his shoulder into Broom, trying to create space. He went all the way across in front of the rim before they called the foul.
Kalkbrenner, 68% from the line, makes the first. And Creighton has his first lead since halftime, 49-48. That was the first foul against Janai Broom, third against Auburn in the half, and Kalkbrenner knocks home both. Three-time All-Big East. 9 points for Kalkbrenner. Drive. Chad Baker, running left-hander. Yes, and a foul! From the free throw line with the left-hander, Chad Baker Mazzara.
That has worked all day long. They set a screen on the wing for Chad Baker Mazzara. He puts it in his left hand, drives toward the middle of the floor, made that little floater, and they pushed him from behind.
Foul against Fedor Zukic. We're tied at 50. Chad Baker can give Auburn the lead back. Broom comes out, and Cardwell is in for the Tigers. He's out there with Pettiford, Chad Baker Mazzara, Denver Jones, Chaney Johnson, and Dylan Cardwell. Chance for the N1, Chad Baker. Good.
Nice to see that conventional three-point play. It gives the Tigers a chance to set their defense with a 1-point lead.
Under 14 minutes to go in the second half. Auburn by 1, 51-50. Neal way out on the wing. Left wing for Ashworth. Skip pass. Taken away by Chaney Johnson. Shoots a hot Pettiford up the floor for the Tigers. Pettiford out on the left wing. Brings it over to the right wing. Picked up by Zugic. Hands the ball to Chad Baker. Screen from Cardwell. Turns the corner. Free throw line down the lane. Up and missed it. But he was fouled by Neal, and Chad Baker goes down on the right side underneath the basket.
Tigers continue to put that ball in Chad Baker Mazzara's hand because of the mismatch with Neal and Mazzara. Neal cannot cover him going left, and Chad Baker is drawing fouls, getting to the free throw line.
Chad is up. He'll go to the line for 2. I believe the foul was against Neal. If it is, it's his first.
I think so. It just has not shown up yet.
All right, 2 free throws for Chad Baker Mazzara with Auburn leading by 1, 51-50. Chad Baker with 15 points in the game. First free throw is good. The foul was indeed against Neal, his first. First free throw was good by Chad Baker-Mazzara. He can give Auburn a 3-point lead. 13:32 to go in the second half. Good.
Nicely done by Chad Baker. Gives the Tigers another chance to set their defense.
And Chad goes down, trying to run up the floor. It's his right side.
Mike kind of got a little bit of a hip pointer that time, kind of a stinger right on his hip.
He will have to come out. Auburn apparently does not have Chris Moore available, so Ja'Kai Howard, the freshman out of Boston, will come in for the Tigers. And Chad Baker gets some help to go to the Auburn bench. Auburn laying a man down today with Chris Moore, who is dressed out but has not played yet. The injury happened as he drove to the basket.
Must have a little bit of a stinger right on his hip bone there.
Auburn by 3. Creighton basketball. Ashworth picked up, drives all the way to the hole, lays it up. He missed it. Rebound saved by Pettiford to Cheney, who leaves it for Cheney. Ashworth missed a wide open layup. Auburn by 3 with the basketball.
This is a third possession in the second half. The Tigers have had to extend the lead from 3 to more.
Denver step back 3 ball. Got it!
Big splash by Denver Jones. What a 3-point shot to go up 6 points.
Neal at the left wing for Creighton. Gets a drive. Cut off by Ja'Kai Howard. Backs up with 18 to shoot. Kalkbrenner at the top. An Auburn player goes down. Neal a 3-ball. Air ball. Out of bounds, Auburn ball.
Another shutout by the stingy defense by the Auburn Tigers today. They look like there's 9 or 10 of them out there guarding. They are moving and helping each other and really talking on defense.
12:42 and counting in the second half, and Auburn leads by 6, and now Jones will bring the ball up the floor for the Tigers. Denver between the rings, gets a screen, down the lane, leaves for Cardwell, goes up and jams it!
Just a big flush.
Timeout Creighton. Biggest lead of the game for either team. 12:27 in the second. On their feet at Rupp Arena. The folks in the orange and blue take on game day with a great taste of Coke Zero Sugar. Is it the best Coke ever? You try to decide. Auburn 58, Creighton 50. 12:27 to go in the second. Stay tuned. This is the Auburn Sports Network.
Where were you when this happened?
Michalek across midcourt. Auburn's going to dribble away. Count it down. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. The Auburn Tigers are SEC Tournament champions.
Don't miss the next heart-pounding moment on the Auburn Sports Network.
Barbecue season is back. Hey, it's Ellen. And this is Sarah Beth. And a little thing we love about the Chick-fil-A Smokehouse Barbecue Bacon Sandwich is that zesty barbecue sauce. I love that it was a little sweet, a little tangy, and with the mac and cheese.
I feel like I tasted the brown sugar bacon first. It was the absolute best combination. Pro tip, 3 sandwiches are always better than 1.
Order the Smokehouse Barbecue Bacon Sandwich and a Coca-Cola on the Chick-fil-A app for a limited time. Real guests paid for their testimonials.
This is Coke Zero Sugar. Could I be the best Coke ever? Try and taste with your ears. Hear those bubbles? Imagine them tingling on your tongue. Fizzy deliciousness. Listen to that cascading liquid. A mouth-watering waterfall. Irresistibly tasty. Zero sugar. Crisp. Refreshing. And ice cold. Is Coke Zero Sugar the best Coke ever? Try and decide.
Run over the last 97 seconds for Auburn as the Tigers lead Creighton 58-50 with 12:27 to go in the ball game here at Rupp Arena. Jacob Hillman here courtside with a check of the Yellowwood scoreboard. They are underway in the East region as third-seeded Wisconsin and sixth-seeded BYU go to battle in Denver And with 15:03 to go in the first half, it's the 6th-seeded Cougars leading 16-8 over 3rd-seeded Wisconsin. And a couple of games have gone final since then. 3rd-seeded Texas Tech in the West takes down 11th-seeded Drake 77-64. Darion Williams had a season-high 26 points for the Red Raiders, and J.T. Toppin had 25 points and 12 rebounds. They also officially went final in Denver between Texas A&M and Michigan as the Wolverines win 91-79. The winner of this Auburn and Creighton game will face the Wolverines in Atlanta next week for the Sweet 16. Back to Andy Burcham and Coach Randall Dickey.
Auburn has hit its last 4 field goals. The Tigers on a 10-0 run. 12:27 to go in the second half, and Auburn leads by 8.
Really big possession right here defensively.
It sure is. Ashworth picks up the dribble, hits Zukic on the left wing, picked up by Pettiford. Now to Ashworth at the top. Gets a screen, goes left, picked up by Cardwell there to McAndrew at the top. Low post, Kalkbrenner behind to Cheney, and he put it in.
They just lifted everybody above the free throw line, isolated Kalkbrenner underneath the basket. He's so big, he's just hard to cover one-on-one.
58-52 Auburn, Denver in the key. Whistle, and they got him for a push-off. Foul against Denver is his second. 11:55 to go in the second half. Auburn 58, Creighton 52. The experts at Sensagreen would carry you create a cool indoor retreat for heating, cooling, and insulation, offering total comfort care for your Tiger family in East Alabama and Huntsville. Visit Sensagreen.com. Carrier turns to the experts. Auburn basketball continues in a moment.
When the game is on the line, you want someone you can count on. At Alabama Power, we believe in consistency and having each other's back. It's our game plan to safely deliver the electricity you depend on. We give 100% to achieve 99.9% reliability. Learn how we power a better Alabama at alabamapower.com/reliable. Alabama Power is a proud supporter of the Auburn Tigers.
Barbecue season is back. Hey, it's Helen. And this is Sarah Beth. And a little thing we love about the Chick-fil-A Smokehouse Barbecue Bacon Sandwich is that zesty barbecue sauce. I love that it was a little sweet, a little tangy, and with the mac and cheese,
I feel like I tasted the brown sugar bacon first. It was the absolute best combination. Pro tip, 3 sandwiches are always better than 1.
Order the Smokehouse Barbecue Bacon Sandwich and our Coca-Cola on the Chick-fil-A app for a limited time. Real guests paid for their testimonials.
This is Coach Bruce Pearl on the Ford F-150 Highlight Show. I tell my team that if we play smart, out-hustle the competition, and work hard each and every day, we can be winners. And you know what? That's how Ford F-150 does it too. Offering an outstanding combination of smart tech, power, and capability, F-150 is the key to help me win the day. Hey, why don't you see how the official truck of the Auburn Tigers can help you? Go to buyfordnow.com or see your local Ford dealer today. War Eagle.
Cook's Pest Control presents Protect the Perimeter. Call Cook's Pest Control to guard your home and business from pests and termites.
Protecting the perimeter was a bit of a problem for Auburn in the first half. Creighton had 9 threes in the first half. They are 2 of 5 for 3 in the second half. Auburn, on the other hand, 7 of 17 in the game, but 4 of 6 from 3 in the second half of play. Foul on Denver Jones, his second. Auburn has been called for 4 fouls, so has Creighton here in the second half. And it appears that this game is starting to be tightened up by the officials. We understand it's a bruised right hip for Chad Bacon-Mazzara, who has not returned to action. And now he comes back to the Auburn bench. He's got an ice bag on that right hip right now.
Well, we need to get that rubbed out and get him back in this game.
6-point Auburn lead. Creighton basketball. Ashworth, left wing Zukic. Throws to the low post for Kalkbrenner. He goes up and scores.
They run that isolation play just like the Tigers do, where they overload everything on one side, throw over the top.
4-0 run by Creighton. Auburn leads it by 4, 58-54. Cardwell, right sideline, Jakai. Cardwell at the top, hands to Jones, Denver. Pull-up jumper. Good. Down the lane.
Nice little runner by Denver Jones, picking up the offensive slack with Broom on the sideline.
60-54 Tigers. Ashworth left wing against Chaney Johnson. Gets a screen, long three. He didn't get it. Rebound out of bounds off of McAndrew. Auburn ball. Tigers by 6. The 11:08 to go, second half. Broom comes in. Miles Kelly comes in for the Tigers. 11 minutes and 8 seconds to go. Denver checks out. So does Jakai. So Auburn goes with its, it doesn't go with its Twin Peaks. Cardwell's out of the lineup. Chaney Johnson to Hot Pettiford, Denver Jones, Janai Broom, and Miles Kelly. The Auburn 5, Auburn by 6 in the basketball. So we approach the 11-minute mark of the second half. Chaney hits Broom at the top. They give him the 3. He throws it left side for Pettiford, picked up by Ashworth. 15 to shoot. Gets a screen. Down the right side of the lane. Running one-hander. Good!
Boy, he's got a great touch. He can sure shoot that floater. He put that thing right through the basket from about 8 feet.
Auburn's made its last 6 field goals. Tigers lead by 8. Kalkbrenner at the top. Picked up. Gets the ball to Neal. Neal against Pettiford. On the left wing. Bounce pass down the left side. Kalkbrenner against Broom. Left side of the lane. Tries to force his way in. Out to the top, it's Neal. 8 to shoot. Neal against Pettiford. They get Pettiford for the foul. On the drive to the basket. 5th foul against Auburn.
That's his first and the team's 5th.
Thought Neal used a pretty good elbow to knock Tahad down, but
this game has gotten much more physical the last 5 minutes. There's bodies on bodies. It seemed like
Zukic to the top for Ashworth. Auburn's lead is 8. Ashworth, right wing. Neal on the wing against Kelly. Low post, Kalkbrenner against Janai. 10 to shoot. Into the lane with the left hand. Foul on Janai. Second foul on Janai. And that's the 6th foul against Auburn.
That's his second and the team's 6th.
you get 2 big players like that going at it body on body. Every time he dribbles to the middle, he puts it on the deck, throws his shoulder into Broom. You have to hold your ground.
Yep.
But it seemed like when the contact was made that time, he just blew the whistle automatically.
Now, Janai did wrap him up with both hands. I can understand that one.
It's hard not to reach for that ball.
Ashworth, inbounds. At the top, it's Kalkbrenner out at the right wing. Gets rid of it to Neal at the top. 10 to shoot. Neal picked up by Broom and a switch. Looks underneath. 6 to shoot. 4 to shoot. Ashworth and a long 3. No. Rebound, Denver Jones.
Good defensive series again by the Tigers.
Pettiford at the right wing for Auburn. Tigers lead it by 8. 9:44 to go in the second half. The winner gets Michigan in the Sweet 16 Friday in Atlanta. Pettiford a screen inside the arc. Now outside against Ashworth. 18-footer. No good. And the rebound to McAndrew for Creighton. Up the floor for Zukic. Zukic drives to the right wing. Picked up by Chaney Johnson there. Now to Kalkbrenner on the left wing. Picked up by Broom. 17 to shoot. Ashworth, left wing. Had a 3, didn't take it. With Broom in his face. Low post, ball knocked out of bounds. That was out of bounds off of Kalkbrenner. Chaney Johnson knocked it out of bounds off Kalkbrenner. They give the ball to Creighton.
That's another one of those plays you'd like to see.
Goodness gracious.
Replayed in slow motion.
Out of bounds, baseline left, Creighton. 11 on the shot clock for the Blue Jays. Auburn leads 62-54.
The Tigers are really playing hard defense. They're scrapping.
Inbound is kicked immediately by Chaney, and that's going to give them 20 on the shot clock. That's a break for Creighton. They were down to 10 seconds on the shot clock. And here comes Dylan Cardwell into the ball game for Auburn to replace
Checking up for the Tigers
Chaney.
is number 44, Dylan Cardwell.
Can't tell you how well that Dylan has played defensively for Auburn here today.
He has.
6 points and 3 rebounds and a couple assists as well. Out of bounds, baseline left, 20 to shoot for the Blue Jays. Ashworth will trigger. Inbound, Kalkbrenner. Turns and hands to Ashworth, who loses it, almost runs it down at midcourt. Picked up by Cardwell, drives to the basket, blocked by Dylan. Rebound out of bounds off of Auburn with 10 to shoot.
Tigers are just playing hard. They just can't come up with the ball. Dylan made an outstanding deflection, kind of a block on the layup. It went off the backboard slowly, and in the scrum, the Tigers knocked it out of bounds.
Out of bounds baseline right, Neal will trigger. Throws it out to the top for Kalkbrenner. He's picked up there by Cardwell in a switch. Ashworth, low post. McAndrew pinned under the basket to the baseline. Free ball, up, missed. Auburn rebound.
The defense is just stifling right now. We can make a couple more baskets and increase this lead. We got a chance to go up 10 points right here, right?
Auburn by 8 in the ball, 8:40 to go in the second half. Tahad Pettiford through the center circle off to the right side. On the right-hand dribble, Pettiford 10 to shoot. Miles Kelly to Broom, and he's fouled by Green. And that is 4 fouls on Jason Green.
Broom's just way too big for Green underneath that basket.
Janai has the double-digit rebounds. He has 4 points, 10 boards. Isaac Trout comes in. McAndrew comes out. They're going to leave Green in there with the 4 fouls.
They just can't afford to put Kalkbrenner on. Well, they are. They're going to make a switch. He's going to take Broom. And
in the corner, Cardwell out to the top. Pettiford from Broom. Tahad, 15 to shoot for Auburn Tigers by 8. Tahad gets a screen. 18-footer in the air. Buries it.
Boy, that young man's on fire. He is just...
Auburn by 10. Kalkbrenner quickly up the floor for Creighton against Cardwell with the right hand. He missed it. Rebound Pettiford for Auburn.
Tigers are giving the Blue Jays one shot, and they're just cleaning the defensive glass.
8 minutes to go. Tigers by 10. Auburn basketball. Pettiford walks it just inside the center circle. Hands the ball to Cardwell. Picks up the dribble. Hands it right back to Tahad. 8 to shoot. Tigers by 10 in the ball. Pettiford with 6. Gets a screen. Leaves it to the top. Janai, head fake. Drives down. Lobs it for Cardwell. Missed it. Rebound. Up and in by Broom.
That's interior passing by the 2 big guys. Unbelievable back and forth.
They will double check this and make sure that it went in. Cardwell down underneath the Auburn basket. A timeout on the floor. 7:36 to go. Maybe a cramp on the right leg of Dillon. And they will review this to make sure that Broom's basket does count. Right now, with 7:36 to go, Auburn leads it 66-54. We'll give you the outcome when we come back. This is the Auburn Sports Network.
Here's a clip from a recent Talking Tigers podcast with Andy Burcham.
Former Auburn quarterback, former assistant coach, Larry Blakeney. Your name is now part of the field at Troy.
Yes, sir.
You look back, that's a Hall of Fame career for you,
yes.
Larry.
I appreciate it, man. I don't know how all that happened, but we enjoyed it. I think that's how you get to be whatever. You know, you go about your daily task and you feel good about what you're doing and who you're working for and who you're working with. And, of course, Jack Hawkins, the president, and Johnny Williams, my AD, and others, certainly assistant coaches and players, made a lot of difference in my life.
A new episode of the Talking Tigers podcast is released every Monday, wherever you listen to podcasts. Like and subscribe to the Talking Tigers podcast, only from the Auburn Sports Network.
The Southeastern Conference. It's the land of legends, the places, the faces, and moments.
And he's going for it. It's a touchdown.
We've seen the confetti fall again and again. We're not done. It's time for the next generation to make their mark and go from 14 deep to 16 strong. It's a whole new ball game in the SEC, and it just means more.
That Janai Broom basket is confirmed. It is Auburn 66, Creighton 54. 7:36 to go in the round of 32 matchup here in Rupp Arena, as the winner will go on to play Michigan in the Sweet 16 in Atlanta next Friday night. Jacob Hillman here with a check of the Yellowwood scoreboard as some of the night games are underway. 6th seeded BYU leads 3rd seeded Wisconsin in the East region 27-16. 7:52 to go in the first half there. And then they're just underway in the Midwest region. between top-seeded Houston and 8th-seeded Gonzaga out in Wichita as the Cougars are up big early, 10-2 with 15:11 to go in the first half. And then finally the nightcap will start about 30 minutes after this game concludes here. 2nd seed at Tennessee and 7th seed at UCLA in the Midwest right here at Rupp Arena. Now for the story of the rest of the round of 32 matchup between Auburn and Creighton. Here's voice of the Tigers, Andy Burcham, and Coach Randall Dickey.
Auburn is on an 8-0 run. Tigers have hit 8 of their last 9 field goals, and Creighton has gone 4 minutes and 8 seconds in a scoring drought.
They can continue this. The athletic ability of the Tigers, the quickness and the length has just been the difference.
Dylan Cardwell helped off the floor, so Chaney Johnson is back in on the low post for Auburn. It appeared to be a cramp. The basket, by the way, counted. Neal whistled, foul, and now they're at the free throw line. That's a foul on Tahad Pettiford, and it's going to put Jemiah Neal at the line to shoot 2. Played his high school basketball at Phoenix Hillcrest Prep in Arizona. Originally out of Toledo. Only player that has started every game this season for Creighton. First to the one in bonus. He missed it. Rebound Broom. 11th rebound for Janai. 12-point Auburn lead, Tiger basketball. 7:24 to go in the second half. Pettiford across midcourt for the Tigers sends the offense into motion. Left wing to Hod. Screen from Janai. Double team. Tries to get around that double team. Hits Denver. Low post Janai. Janai to the basket with the left hand. It was a whistle and a foul.
Nice quick move. They changed their ball screen defense that time and trapped Tahad. And when they did, that opened up Denver Jones. He drew the defense to him and then jammed it down into Broom for the foul.
They were too worried about Denver shooting a 3 there. And a nice quick move to the baseline over his right shoulder by Janai. The foul was against Trout. And Janai at the line for 2. The first is short. Auburn by 12, 66-54. Green and Trout are out. Zukic and McAndrew are in for Creighton. Janai can take the lead to 13 if he knocks home this second free throw. He missed them both. Rebound saved by Chaney.
What a hustle play.
Now Pettiford at the top. Low post, Broom to the hole. Up, no. Whistle. And the ball saved by Broom out of bounds. Who touched it last? They're going to give the ball to Creighton, I guarantee you. I guarantee you this is going to Creighton. Steven Anderson, and they do. Steven Anderson and Brian Hampton got together. Oh, that was a great opportunity for Auburn. Wow. And Creighton has the ball, trailing by 12, 6:56 to go in the second half.
Rely on your defense right here. Just got to rely on your defense. You've got plenty of points. You just can't give up a bunch of threes.
Neal, left wing Ashworth, head fake at 3, drives into the lane. Off the right side, McAndrew for 3. He missed it, and the rebound to Pettiford.
He was one that red hot in the first half, and he struggled a little bit in the second half.
They had 9 threes in the first half. They're 2 of 9 from 3 in the second.
A little bit more normal to their game, I think. And the defensive Tigers, you've got to give them credit.
Broom, left wing Jones, to Pettiford, screened by Janai. 18-footer right side, nobody's fouled.
They are so concerned with Tahad Pettiford off that high ball screen at the top of the key because he has just burned them 2 or 3 different times on jump shots.
That's the 7th foul in Creighton, 7 fouls in Auburn, so these 2 teams will be shooting free throws the rest of the night.
Really important in any game in basketball, but especially in tournament game, make your free throws down the stretch.
All right, Pettiford gets a couple. Out of Hudson Catholic Regional, Jersey City, New Jersey. The first is good. 13-point lead for Auburn. 15 points on the night for Tahad Pettiford. He scored 16 on Thursday against Alabama State, and he knocks home the second.
Really nice job. Tahad's played very, very well. He needs to continue the last few minutes.
67-54 Auburn. McAndrew, top of the circle for Creighton. Hands to Zukic. Top of the circle for Kalkbrenner. Faces Broom, out at the top, outside the arc. Ball knocked away by Janai. Ball still loose. Janai has it.
What a defensive play.
Lobs it to the backcourt for Denver.
Just took his candy away from him right
Under
there.
6 minutes to go. Auburn leads it by 14 points. 68-54. Pettiford, right wing. Miles Kelly, top of the circle, Janai. Off the left wing now for Denver Jones to Pettiford. Between the circles, 9 to shoot. Dribbles his way to the free throw line. Down the lane, out at the top, Janai. 3. No. Rebound McAndrew for Creighton. And here's Zukic up the floor for the Blue Jays. Leaves it back for Ashworth. The Zukic. Head fake. 3 ball. Left wing. It's good.
Big 3 by Creighton. They were really under pressure.
Auburn's lead trimmed to 11. 68-57. 5:19 to go.
Tigers will try to get something wide open from the 3 or something driving hard to the basket.
Pettiford, top of the circle. Working on to Jemiah Neal. Curl. Denver. Gets a screen. Inside the arc, left wing against Ashworth. Down to the baseline, through the lane. 4 to shoot, on the wing. 3 ball, Cheney. It's an air ball. And Creighton will get it. Let's pause 10 seconds for station identification of the Auburn Sports Network.
It's like pulling.
Complete your sentence.
It's like pulling teeth out here right now. It is
68-57 Auburn. Ashworth to the right wing. Down to the basket. Picked up by Broom. There's got to be a mismatch somewhere. Low post, Kalkbrenner against Cheney. Spins to the basket and scores.
Just too big for Cheney Johnson right there. He got him point blank underneath right on the block.
Tigers need a bucket. The lead is down to 9. Pettiford against Jemiah Neal. Near the right hash. To the top Broom, left wing Denver. Low post, Cheney. Knocked away from behind. Creighton with the steal. Ashworth, left wing Zukic. Neal to the hole, dunks it.
We've got to at least get a shot. We can't turn it over.
Timeout Auburn. 7-0 run by Creighton. Auburn's lead is down to 7. 4 minutes and 12 seconds to go. Auburn 68, Creighton 61. Find your piece of paradise on the Alabama Gulf Coast with Mindy Jones of Remax Paradise. Visit Mindy at paradise.com. Auburn basketball continues in a moment.
Damaging an underground utility can cause a lot more problems than you think. By causing a potentially avoidable damage to underground utilities, there's many scenarios that do not end well. To keep the gas, power, water, and internet running, using 811 to have your underground utilities marked is a critical piece of the damage prevention process, whether you're a homeowner or an excavator. It's free, it's simple, and it's the law. Visit al811.com for more information.
It's that time of year again, Auburn basketball. And as this year's team makes history, you can catch every second of the historic run at Baumhauer's Victory Grill. With 77 TVs, you won't miss a second of Auburn basketball while enjoying our famous wings, cold beer, and of course, gooey fries. And don't forget Tiger Talk on Thursdays throughout the season, live with Coach Bruce Pearl in-house discussing all things Auburn basketball. Located on 2353 Bent Creek Road off of exit 57 on I-85. War Eagle.
This is Coke Zero Sugar. Could I be the best Coke ever? Try and taste with your ears. Hear those bubbles? Imagine them tingling on your tongue. Fizzy deliciousness. Listen to that cascading liquid. A mouth-watering waterfall. Irresistibly tasty. Zero sugar. Crisp, refreshing, and ice cold. Is Coke Zero Sugar the best Coke ever? Try and decide.
Keep it here after the game for the Regions Bank postgame show with final stats and analysis, plus comments from Coach Pearl. Now back to the game.
In the last 1 minute and 19 seconds, Creighton has gone on a 7-0 run. They've hit their last 3 shots. Auburn has gone 2 minutes and 8 seconds without scoring, and one was won. A 14-point lead for Auburn is down to 7. And Bruce Pearl called a timeout.
I think he just kind of wanted to organize the Tigers offensively. Right now with 4-12, this is plays a little bit into Creighton's favor from behind, but in a positive way for the Tigers if they're successful. you're going to get the ball inbound. You've got a possession, but the next dead ball, you got below the 4-minute media. So you got two chances to talk to your team in a positive way. You can set up a play right here on the sideline out of bounds, be successful there, go down, get a stop. Then you have the under 4-minute media. Then you come right back, and then you segment it out in the very few possessions left in the game. Makes it longer, but if you'll make your free throws, you can win going away.
4 minutes and 12 seconds to go. Auburn's lead is 7. Boy, every possession now, Randall, is just...
Oh, it's magnified.
It's critical.
Every free throw, every time you touch the ball. Like that last time we turned it over, we kind of floated the ball inside. You've got to be able to pass that ball sharp. The receiver's got to run his hands into the ball to receive it and catch it and secure it.
Out of bounds down the right sideline for Auburn. 25 to shoot. Chad Baker-Mazara. A little trigger for Auburn. Out to the top for Tahad. Right side, Janai. Off the left wing, Pettiford against Neal. To Janai on the low post against Kalkbrenner. Bangs him a couple times. Fade away, no. Throws it out to the top for Denver. 10 to shoot, Pettiford. 9 to shoot. Tahad near a double team. Low post, Janai. Up with the left hand. Got it!
Got him 2 points right there. He was a little hesitant, but he got that 2 points in the basket. That was big right there, Andy.
Auburn by 9, 70 to 61. 3:40 in the second. On the right wing, Neal. Picked up by Pettiford. Neal down to the baseline right side. On the wing, McAndrew. McAndrew picked up by Cardwell out on the perimeter. Bounce pass to Neal. 10 to shoot for Creighton. Drives into the lane, loses it. Ball is loose. It comes to the left wing. Kalkbrenner for 3. He missed it. Air ball out of bounds. Saved by Auburn, or to Auburn. Tigers by 9 with the basketball.
You're below 3 minutes right here. 3:14 left on the clock. You're up 9.
Oh, it's the double team split. Pettiford running one-hander. Good!
He's just absolutely hammering the Creighton
Auburn
Blue
by
Jays.
11. Zukic quickly up the floor for Creighton. Zukic against Tahad. Fouled by Tahad at the top. They're going to call everything down the stretch of this, friends. Third foul and Tahad Pettiford. What a ball game he is having, though, for Auburn. Pettiford, 7 of 13 from the field, 6 rebounds and 3 assists.
He has really been effective handling the basketball on that ball screen up high. He's really penetrated, got the ball to the lane, either shot it or dished it off.
Cardwell was back in there with cramps. Chad Baker was in there with a bruised hip. They're both out as Miles Kelly comes back in with Denver Jones, and Zukic is at the line.
Got a box
for
out.
1 and bonus.
Get this rebound if he misses.
He doesn't. He makes it a 10-point game, 72-62, with 2 minutes and 57 seconds to go in the second half. Zukic can cut the lead to 9 right here. 76% free throw shooting. He knocked them both home.
Checking in for the Blue Jays.
Blue Jays go back to their bench. McAndrew comes out, and Jason Green with 4 fouls is back in. Boy, take it right at him.
They're going to do a lot of substituting because
they're pressing.
Extend their defense right now.
Pettiford up the floor and a reach in on Zukic. Or was it out of bounds off of Zukic? I guess it was out of bounds off of Zukic. It's Auburn ball. Auburn thought there was a foul on Zukic. Instead, it's out of bounds off of Zukic. 26 to shoot for Auburn. Auburn's lead is 9.
Coach Pearl was lobbying for that. I don't blame him.
Pettiford throws it ahead. Shaney Johnson across midcourt. Left wing for Jones. 2:46 in the second. Auburn leads Creighton by 9. 72-63. Pettiford takes a look at the shot clock. It's down to 10. Screen. Throws a double team. Down the lane. Running one-hander. He didn't get it. Rebound comes to Zukic for Creighton. Up the floor, and he's knocked down at midcourt by Broom. He got in front of Janai and just stopped running.
That's his third, and the team's 9.
Third foul on Janai, and Zukic is back at the free throw line for Creighton to shoot a 1 and bonus. With Auburn leading by 9 and 2 minutes and 30 seconds to go in the second half.
The line for 1 and the bonus.
Still in pretty good shape. If he happens to miss, you've got to retrieve it off the glass. If he makes both of them. You've got to get set up in your press offense. Get the ball for Tahad or Denver Jones' hands where they can handle it up the floor.
The one in bonus for Zukic from Montenegro. First is good. He is fluent in 6 languages. Randall.
Well, he's quite versatile.
Yes, indeed. Cuts the lead to 8. McAndrew will come in if Zukic makes his second free throw. And he does. He's made the last 4 shots for Creighton, all from the free throw line. The lead is back to 7.
They've already went to their offense-defense substitution, trying to delay and stretch this game out.
Inbound Pettiford up the floor against the press, and he's fouled by Green, and that's it. Jason Green just fouled out on the other side of midcourt.
Now this is really important from this time on. So you're 2:27 left. You're at the free throw line. Continue to extend this lead. Make your free throws, Tigers.
Green fouls out with 4 points. 3 rebounds on the day.
He gets about 60 seconds, I think, here for a substitution,
right.
I believe. And so they'll try to draw up their offensive play. The Tigers will draw up their defensive play right here as the coaches are talking to them on what you call a free timeout.
And a 1 in bonus coming up for Jahad Pettiford. 18 points, 6 rebounds, 3 assists. I think that 6 rebounds is a career high for Jahad. And he's at the free throw line for potentially 2 critical free throws here for Auburn.
Well, he has showed great poise throughout the season in this same situation.
Now, so 1 in bonus for Jahad. Auburn's lead is 7. 2:27 to go in this round of 32 game. First free throw, it is good. It hit the iron, hit the glass, came back to the iron, took a look over the front of it, and fell backwards.
As many as he's hit throughout the season, that might have been his biggest one in his career up to this point. Until
Auburn,
this one comes up.
73-65. Pettiford can take it back to a 9-point game. Free throw. Nothing but net there.
That's huge. His confidence level is sky high.
20 points for Jahad Pettiford.
Play defense without fouling. Give him one shot and then retrieve the ball off the defensive glass.
Auburn by 9. 2:23 in the second. Ashworth picks it up, gets it to Kalkbrenner. Ashworth at the left wing. Out to the top. Ooh, almost a steal for Miles. Neal inside the arc, lobs at low post, Kalkbrenner dunks it. And Creighton calls a timeout. And now both teams are down to 1 timeout. This is a 30-second timeout. We will keep it here. Auburn 74, Creighton 67, with 2 minutes and 11 seconds to go in the second half. Arkansas is already into the Sweet 16. Texas A&M lost to Michigan 91-79. The winner of this game will play the Big Ten, the Wolverines, Friday in Atlanta at State Farm Arena.
The Tigers just take good care of business right here. You've got to go the length of the floor versus a hot full court press. You've got to secure the basketball in your hands, be strong with it, get it down the floor. You're going to force Creighton either have to foul or go get you a basket. Either way, we need anytime you can match their 2 points. Every 2 points they make, you're in good shape.
The length of the floor to go for Auburn. Cheney Johnson will trigger. They are pressing. They put 4 of their 5 up the floor. Only Kalkbrenner is back. Cheney, the inbound to Denver Jones. Right back to Cheney, to Pettiford. Trying to stay out of a double team. Lobs it ahead for Chad Baker-Mazzara. He's double teamed, lobs it to the top for Denver. Auburn by 7 with the ball. Under 2 minutes now to go. 74-67 Tigers. Jahad dribbles off the left side. Shot clock down to 9. 1-on-1 against Ashworth. 7. Gets a screen. Lobs it. Left side for Miles. 3, 2, 1. Pull-up jumper. Short. Rebound. Kalkbrenner tied up. And they call a foul on Cheney Johnson, who tied up Kalkbrenner.
It's going to be a long 1:39 seconds.
Wow.
But that is...
oh, my goodness.
I don't usually get on to the officials very often, but that certainly was a Marginal call at best.
First foul on Cheney. They're in the double bonus. And Kalkbrenner, 68% from the line, at the line for two, with Auburn leading by 7. 74-67 with 1:39 to go in the second half. Creighton has hit 4 of its last 5 field goals. Kalkbrenner will get a couple. Senior out of Florissant, Missouri. The first free throw falls.
Checking in for the Tigers is number
Janai Broom in. Chad Baker-Mazzara to the bench. That left hip is still giving him some, or right hip is still giving him some problems.
It sure has. He did a nice job in the double team just a minute ago, getting rid of that basketball.
Kalkbrenner's second free throw is missed. Rebound Cheney. To Pettiford. Ahead Denver. Across midcourt for Tahad. Dribbles out of traffic. Auburn's lead 74-68. Cheney Johnson right back to Tahad. They go to a trap. Denver Jones at the right sideline. Near midcourt, 10 to shoot for Auburn. Room in one corner, Kelly in another. 6 on the shot clock.
Go spread it out, go one-on-one.
Down the lane. Bump, head fake, up, and in with a foul!
That's the dagger. That's the separation between the Tigers and the Blue Jays today. What a play by Denver Jones. Driving, finishing the layup,
with
going to the free throw line.
With 2.1 on the shot clock.
Absolutely. Snatched the breath right out of the Creighton Tigers.
Neal called for the foul, his third, and Denver is at the line for the and 1. He can take the lead to 9 right here. Bam! 9-point lead, Auburn. They've got to start looking at threes.
The big three.
Ashworth, right wing. Drives on Broom to the basket. Head fake. Gets the ball to Kalkbrenner. The corner for Ashworth. Right wing. 3 ball over Broom. No good. Yeah, they pushed Pettiford. Sure did. McAndrew pushed Pettiford. He'll go to the line for Auburn. With 58.2 seconds to go.
Auburn Tigers has absolutely played unbelievably smart, intelligent, and very good basketball down the stretch against this tough Creighton Blue Jays. The second ranked team in the Big East.
Double bonus. Pettiford will get a couple. Auburn leads it by 9. Now 10. What a game for the freshman Tahad Pettiford. 21 points.
He's absolutely put the Creighton Blue Jays in his hip pocket and carried them around all afternoon.
Pettiford's second free throw. He got it. 11-point Auburn lead. 5-0 run by the Tigers. 79-68 Auburn. Ashworth. Kugic gets it to Ashworth on the right wing. Ashworth to the top for McAndrew. 3 ball. It was blocked. Rebounded by Cheney. Janai blocked it. 43 seconds to go. Get it across midcourt. Tahad fouled by Gugic. They're starting to celebrate at Rupp Arena, where Auburn won an SEC championship last month. And now Pettiford can help put a couple nails in Creighton's coffin.
You see all the Auburn fans sticking their head up now. They can be heard from coast to coast.
First free throw for Tahad. It is short.
He shot so many free throws today, Andy. He kind of got tired. 6 for 7. That's 6 for 8. Now going into this, he needs to go ahead and make these, young man.
Second free throw. That's good. 12-point Auburn lead, 39.4. Ashworth forward, drives all the way to the basket, and he lays it in. His first basket of the second half. Trims the lead to 10. In the corner, Pettiford lobs it ahead for Miles Kelly. Across midcourt to the wing, and he's fouled by Ashworth. And Miles will go to the line for 2. With 30.6 seconds remaining. The winner gets Michigan Friday in Atlanta. Auburn trying to get to the second weekend of the NCAA tournament for the first time since 2019. Free throw, Miles, good. He can take the lead to 12 right here. 81-70 Tigers. Sammy Osmani is in. He replaces Neal, who scored 29 points here on Thursday, held to 13 points here today. And now Ashworth's going to come out. This will be a great round of applause. A senior from Alpine, Utah. One of the best point guards you will find in college basketball. And he gets a hug from his head coach, Greg McDermott. And deserves every bit of accolades that he gets as he goes to the bench.
He is small in stature, but
Paul Brenner will come out for Creighton as well. Frederick King is in.
Kalkbrenner's had an outstanding career. He holds a lot of records in the Creighton.
Mason Miller comes in. And Gugic will come out. Also coming in, Josh Townley Thomas, replacing, what a great freshman that one is, Jackson McAndrew. Looks like Creighton's kind of putting up the white flag right now. Auburn leads it by 11 with 30.6 seconds to go. Miles at the free throw line knocks home the second free throw, or the first free throw, excuse me.
Just really been good to see the Auburn Tigers impose their will, their length.
That was his second free throw. I was wondering, he made both.
He's going to try to get 3 out of the deal.
Well, yeah, it is. That was the second free throw. You're right. Auburn leads it by 12 with 30.6 seconds to go. Sammy Osmani will bring it up to 4 for Creighton. Across midcourt against Denver Jones. Off the left wing, picked up by Broom in a switch. Lobs it to the low post for King. Through his legs, it comes to Denver Jones. And Auburn's going to get to dribble it away at Rupp. They're starting to celebrate in Lexington. The Tigers are heading to the Sweet 16. Denver just pounds the rock on the right sideline. Down to 3, 2, 1. ATL, get ready. Auburn's coming to call it in the Sweet 16. Auburn 82, Creighton 70.
What a performance for the Tigers today. Their length, athleticism, their will to win today was second to none. Showed why they're the number 1 team in the country, the number 1 overall seed. Just know how to win. They'll go back and regroup, heal Bizarro's hip, get Cardwell's cramps over with, and be ready for next weekend.
Oh, a victorious Regents Bank postgame show coming up. But first, let me tell you that Jahad Pettiford's 23 points, the Wind Creek high score for the Tigers. Elevate your game plan to fabulous. Play the hottest games with fabulous rewards at Wind Creek Casinos and on the Casino Burst app. Auburn moves on to play Michigan Friday in the Sweet 16. The Tigers win it. The Tigers win it over Creighton. Your final score again, Auburn 82, Creighton 70. Stay tuned, the Regents Bank postgame show is next. And this is the Auburn Sports Network.
Hey, batter. Spring is in full swing on the Plains for Auburn softball and baseball.